I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. assumption. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
welcome one and all to the final day of the Interceltic 2 Charge Tournament. We're going into the final of the Counter-Strike Global Offensive Tournament, which was played out yesterday, and also coming up will be the finals of the Valorant and League of Legends tournaments that were played on Friday and Saturday respectively. But for now, Counter-Strike. Zach, how did it go yesterday? I mean, I was the one there, but you were watching as well.
yeah. I jumped in and had a look through. It's exciting to be here, by the way, the Interceltic Cup. I've sort of always been watching it. I've known that it's been going on, never actually engaged in it, so excited to jump in on the second one in the finals. But Ireland coming into this one in hot form. Same goes for Brittany, who also looked very, very strong yesterday. I don't know if any of the observers or the viewers, rather, today did manage to catch that stream yesterday, but Ireland coming in with 4 out of 4 games won, Brittany on 3 of 4, and Ireland 2 games yesterday we saw on stream, 2 of them of the 3 that they did play. Unfortunately, we did have a team forfeit basically every single game, but Ireland coming in with 2 of their games we saw on stream. They looked dominant, they looked very good, and a couple of key players really stood out to me. But you watched the stream, Arby, you're the one that was there, so anything that stuck out to you watching yesterday? I hate to put you on the spot.
I think it was I'm not sure if it was exactly tactical mastery that was their thing. I think they did just have the players, and Jesus Christ, one of those players was their opera consort, who is an absolute beast, who did not stop. But they had players step up time after time, and a lot of their games were really close. Like it was 11, I think 16-11, 16-14. They like. The Scottish and Cornish sides both did fight quite hard, but there was just something about the Irish that just had it. I don't know what was going on the Brittany side. So hopefully, some of you viewers that happen to speak French and English, who could like have like a dual setup of both streams, and that'd have been an interesting experience. But if you saw the Brittany stream, the Brittany team is also not to be messed with at all. We obviously did not see them on our stream because they were being streamed by the French. It's definitely throughout all the games of this tournament, it's been primarily the Brittany team and usually the Irish team for all these games being usually the top contenders.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking through as well, so Brittany, of course, lost yesterday to Ireland. That was the game that we didn't manage to catch on the British stream, but Ireland winning 16-11. But on the other side of things, the games that they did actually play against the other team, the Cornish team, the Scottish team, it was much closer between Ireland and Scotland and Ireland and Cornwall than it ever was. On the other side of things, the Brittany team demolished 16-4 and 16-3. So while it looks pretty clear-cut, we see that the Ireland team won yesterday against Brittany. Doesn't seem like it's going to be that clear-cut in a best-of-3 finals. They took them to Ancient. It's not a map that I think Brittany know all that well, considering just how much how good Ireland looked, really. I mean, Consul once again standing out as one of the better players. He was absolutely incredible, but I can see that the vetoes have gone through, and we are going to be joining the map in just a few minutes. We're going to be jumping onto Inferno as our first map, which I'm quite excited about. That was a map that we did see Ireland play yesterday. I think they played that would have been Scotland, right? They won that 16-12. They were down 12-9 as well. They went into the second half looking pretty good, and then just got demolished early on. I mean, you were watching the game. If you want to take us through it a little bit more.
Yeah, I obviously hadn't seen anyone. This was the first match that I'd watched, so I was thinking, maybe there's something to these Scots. And some of the Scottish players were really interesting. Slippers, the way she plays is really interesting to watch, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. And I think it was a couple clutches didn't go their way, and the momentum just shifted. And so it was just interesting to see that, and then go into the Cornwall game. So obviously we saw Inferno and Overpass, and I think another Inferno. So, oh no, Mirage. Sorry,
it was Mirage. But that was between Scotland and Cornwall, right?
Between Scotland and Cornwall, yeah. So it was interesting to see what what this ends up going to, as we started with Ancient, which is a quite different tactical map, but still one a lot of choke points. Very much requires team cohesion, team play. It's hard to activate individuals outside of like mid for the most part. So it's going to be interesting to see that coming up, because even like Overpass, you can have individual standouts there, even though, and like the way they played Overpass was very interesting, because I think a lot of people just forgot about Long during Overpass, which was a interesting thing. I don't think we'll see anything like that on Ancient, because I don't think there's a part of the map that's really
I think that a long play on Overpass obviously is something that kind of has been neglected just generally over time. It used to be that you would shove a player there almost every round, and now really it's evolved in that Long is almost completely forgotten about, because every team forgets about it. All teams take it for granted, so no team needs to put anybody there. They realize they're stretching the defense pretty thin, and so all the teams just say, you know what, if we give it up, we give it up. But as we go into Inferno, as I was saying earlier, Ireland, they lost that earlier half. You said yourself as well, that early part of the second half, down 12-9, and then they come back with 7 rounds in a row. They come in with Deagles, they rush down second mid, they rush down middle, they end up getting a bunch of Deagle kills, all one after the other after the other. It gets a little bit hairy near the end, but they do end up winning that round, and then from there on that force buy round, they go again and again and again. They do not let Scotland back into it, and I think that just shows the drive in the players we've got in this lobby. Really, the Ireland players, they know what they have to do. They've played Inferno before. The one thing that Brittany have on their side is that they've now seen that game, or they can have seen that game. It's pretty easy for them to go and have a look and just go through Inferno and see what's what. On the other side of things, Brittany played Cornwall on Inferno. They only got 19 rounds out of it. They won 16-3. So we're going to see far, far less information gathered for Ireland. So even if Ireland come into this one the favourites, Brittany, they have a lot on their side in terms of information, in terms of learning the way Ireland play, that may well bring up a very interesting little mix of information for us.
Yeah, Ireland going to have to basically completely predict one of the sides. I can't remember which side. I think they finished on CT side, which means that they spent... so they do know... They have a little bit of information on their T side, but whatever their CT setup is, they're going to have to adapt to on the fly, for the most part. And I'm not sure we'll be getting into it quite yet. We're still pending on that, I think. But
we've only got 30 seconds left for the players to join the game, so you'd hope we'd be starting relatively soon, so do keep tuned. We're not going to be talking about the games yesterday this whole time. We will...
we have a new person. What has happened here? Hello. I hope we froze up the stream, because I've got someone else in your in your feed right now. Oh, they're frozen now. Let's go. All right. Bear with everybody. Well, yeah, we'll just be waiting here a little bit longer, as something's happened. I'm not quite sure what's happened. Zach's got disconnected, but we'll be coming in here.
I am back. My
in.
video is not here, but I am here.
We'll
I should now be able to be heard on vMix at least. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know quite what happened there. There we go. Hello, everyone. There's a little bit of technical genius from myself. I don't know what happened, but I'm back.
I'm confused when you got replaced by someone else. I don't know who that was.
We'll
that was weird.
Just a little bit of the fun of small broadcasts, eh? But yeah, I mean, as I was talking about, we'll jump in fluidly, almost as if nothing happened. Astralis innovated on Inferno back in the day. They were the ones that really Glaive, kind of his IGL genius back in the day, opened up the idea that you can throw a billion grenades down Banana and take full control and nobody can do anything. And now there is obviously that's evolved over time. Now we see smokes on bottom banana, we see smokes on top banana, we see different ways to hold it, we see a bunch of different pop flashes. That's really integral to the way that teams hold that down, then allows them to get information on the rest of the map through little pushes and this is from the CT side, I should say, little pushes that give them a little bit of an idea how things are going on second mid, in apartments, and then that way, when the CTs have that information, they can angle players around, and it's a really interesting interplay between the way that B holds and then the way that A holds. They have to kind of work off of one another in order to have this tactical understanding of the map. If you just sit back, if you just allow the pressure, you're never going to know where anything is, and you're essentially saying, we're happy with a 5 versus 2, a 5 versus 3 on different sides of the map, which is never going to work out for you as the CT side. You're essentially allowing a retakes every single round. So, how this B side is played is going to be integral for both teams. So whoever starts on the CT side, they're the ones that have to take control. They're the ones that have to show just how good they are, and they're the ones that you have to keep an eye on coming into this game, I think.
Yeah, definitely, Zach. I mean, you even see teams that know of their opponent's T sides, where they're less assertive on T sides on taking banana. They'll in fact give up banana because they're not even they don't even need to contest that really, and they'll actually retake it later. Mm-hmm. So, and it saves out the utility for later takes, and it's just such an interesting evolution over time and it's interesting to see it like between the skill levels from the top tier to lower tier, where everything, all the strats and all the tricks and bells and whistles trickle down as people see what's happening and wanting to innovate and then copy.
Yeah, I mean, entirely. And I know that, the way that I play CS or played CS, I kind of moved a little bit away from playing it now. I'm too rubbish, but it hurts to watch it all looking so good and then go in yourself and be like, oh god, I can't aim. But when you're watching this, when I was playing at least, the knowledge of nades from the top tier, watching, jumping in and watching some ESEA advanced games or some games that are slightly higher level. The Major, for example, is going on at the moment, although it's not on right now, so you don't have any excuse to tune out. But we've also got, there's so many different avenues that you can take your inspiration from. And B, Inferno, like Banana on Inferno, is a place where inspiration is flowing constantly. There's always something new coming out. There's always a different way to interpret it. It's always something that you can kind of find something more from in terms of giving, like you said, giving up banana, taking it, playing it in different ways. And yeah, sometimes you'll see the CDs just not throw those nades down banana, bluff it out almost, and just peek in, just completely blind, which is something that back in the day, if you did that, you were getting flamed by your teammates non-stop. But now they'll dry peek it because teams expect the nades to come down. So it really is a fascinating interplay. But I mean, in terms of A site, in terms of everything that goes on there, as a T side, because that's usually the team that's taking initiative over on their brackets control, any insight you might have, Arby, on maybe the way that Console with that AWP might be playing around?
Oh, well, no time for that. We have the game. It's Overpass.
Oh, okay. Well, I look like an idiot now, don't I?
Yeah. Welcome to Overpass. In fact, not. It is not Inferno. And in we go. Straight down Fountain. No hesitation. By the Irish, but Beta. This defense on the back foot. On the flank will... Out of connector is just one kill from Zawis. And now the retreat.
Yielding absolutely no rewards from that push, really, from connector. All they get to do is lose, and Konzo is well aware of this flank that's coming through. Taizo has gone all the way behind, but given up so much space on towards the B site. They think the connector's clear. They think that it's okay. Konzo knows now that he can push in from behind. And this player, I think it's in Coco that's standing and watching. Bottom con may well fall pretty quickly.
Yeah, this is such weird positional play. How has this ended up like this? And Kinkoko about to get contacts. It's all on him. Looking the complete wrong way! And down he goes. An easy, free B site, and Konzo finds another as well.
Three
Gonna clear it out.
3 versus 3 favors the tease, though, as the bomb starts to go down. Beta, he's taking those flights. He's trying to get the kills on towards short, but keeps missing. Konzor as well rips the head off of Taizo, and it's only Beta that's left alive. A 1 versus 3 situation, and he needs luck. He doesn't have it. AJC rips off the head, and once again, Konzor with 3 big kills. Ireland, they take the first round of the finals in this best of 3, and first blood spills in the form of Ireland's win.
Such an interesting adjustment, going for that quick fountain play, losing players, but then going down a connector, and somehow I think they lucked out just a little bit on that. What's his name? I think that was Izo calling that clear. I don't think they passed each other like ships in the night. It was really unusual, but now for this long defense with 3 players holding with Deagles. And Konzor with us.
Oh! I mean, we've just said as well that long is usually disregarded, but that first kill coming through a big headshot and the smoke goes down so they can retrieve the weapon. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I don't even think they are retrieving the weapon. There's just a player pushing through. Izo, he's forcing for more kills. And this is a site completely given up. Ireland, with 57, have to start angling towards the B site. And it looks like Brittany know this as well. The CTs are all rotating in.
1 player entrenched here. Coke in Coco. Gonna be vital. Oh, Nico with 2 headshots! Easy as you like. B-site cracked wide open. And 3v3 retake, but the weapons are not equal in the slightest. As AJC tips the scales. And the retreat comes in, saving the scout and the deagle. And back 6 with another very weird round, but coming off with their star player getting his head taken clean off just at the start. Just wanted to have a stroll through the playground, finds a deagle just on the other side along.
Force buy round doesn't look as good for Brittany anymore, though, with
Yeah.
2 players staying alive. I mean, at least they've got something going into the next one, but they probably wanted a little bit more impact than that. They've only killed 2 players at the end of the day on back 6 or Ireland, and so back 6, 100% able to rebuy. They could have weapons dropped to them. They'll be able to pick up decent weaponry, and unless Brittany force again, there's not really much that they can do with a deagle and a scout. They maybe need to just save them again. It's really a little bit of a not really very nice situation for them. I mean, they have managed to pull out enough eco to be able to pick up the ISO force pretty quickly, and well, these guns are just missing. Again, ships in the night, really. Zowers just backs away, running straight into the hands of Nico.
I was about to say, what about 4 deagles, but I don't think 4 deagles is enough as they keep getting torn away. Nico going down finally. Enough players facing him. And Beta actually managing to get behind them. Good timing, and the AK taken by Bryce. 3 players in front of him, but can't find one. Lucky from the stairs. Actually manages another, and damage done. Konzor with 3 at the end of the round, and money built up for back 6 even more. But Brittany, those ecos finally coming to fruition, and the AWP going to come out for Beta. Wow, but gun dropped over for Izo. Or is it Taizo? Maybe it's Taizo with the 7 as a T. That's what it is.
We'll find out. I'm sure the player will send us a message if we're getting the name wrong for the whole thing. Konzor, he keeps pushing, and Zowers continues pushing as well. They really are going aggressive, Brittany, early on. Konzor looking for this kill, hunting for it, but it's not going to come as Zowers pushes down into connector. 1 player coming, Nico, as always, looking in on, and he gets the headshot. Zowers goes. That's 1 kill on A. Brittany, a man down, and 30 seconds into the round. Not going to be happy with that. The early aggression doesn't pay off, and Brittany maybe need to rethink the early round. But 4 versus 5, it's not undoable. With the AWP in the hands, as actually backs away towards the A side.
Yeah, I was about to say, you should back off.
A bit more of a lull, rather than... I thought the aggression was going to come through. I thought it was going to keep going.
He just doubles down on it. Nah. Thankfully, sanity restored as Taizo goes back to the site, and B site appears to be the new target for back 6. Spam. Ooh. Ooh, bye Bryce. He just walked straight into it. Wanted to get into barrels, but it was already on fire. And in-stream that he's in Coco. A lot of work to do, sneaking around these smokes, but he hears the plant go in. Taizo finds another, and Beta coming in, and these T players just slowly are being whittled away. Nico through the smoke, can't get the kill, and now it's very awkward on the angle. Runs out of ammo. Consor down as well, and he's in the clutch, but he's spinning around. That's 2 in the 1v1, and the 1 versus 3 from Nico out of nowhere.
I think even our observer thought he was dead. There's no way he managed to survive that as he jumps around the corner, picks off the Orpo, misses a shot, then gets the kill on short, and then all of a sudden kills the guy who got down to 9 HP in the first place. How have Ireland won?
Spinning around like a bloody top. There were players coming at him from every bloody angle. And Brittany now forced onto another force buy.
I mean, they're just not being allowed to come into this game at all. Ireland are making sure that they are being deliberate and slow and smart with everything they do. Nico continuing his headshot through the smoke. He doesn't even care anymore. It doesn't even matter to Nico. Brittany trembling in their boots as they run to back all the way to a site. They don't know where anything is. And Ireland, I think, are slowing the play down just a little bit. Just watching in connector, watching for B aggression. They know that it's an eco round. And whether Brittany push or not is really key and fundamental to how this round is going to go. If they do try and get some information, I think they've just lost it. But if they play from the sites, if they do keep kind of angling towards the right areas, this may well get a little bit tense for Ireland as they slowly start to go up now. Oh, the Bryce, he's so unlucky on the recoil as Ray picks that kill off. And a 4 versus 4 whittles down into a 3 versus 3. The smoke from Ray as well might go over on towards the B bomb site, which will end up with Brittany angling players towards here and only 1 towards the A site as 3 players start to make their way over on long, which again is an area that we talked about not being used too much. It seems to be the area of the map that's being used the most at the moment, RB, but
I know. It's the cursed monkey paw, man. It's the cursed monkey paw, you know. And Coco gonna need less curses, more boons on his side as Ray finds his Taizo, and nope, no luck on his side, and Zhao is on his own with the scout. He'd like to find that opener. Yeah, he managed to find the opener. Oh, that's a lovely headshot, but not gonna win him the round. So it does yield him an AK, and he's getting a bit greedy here. I'm scared that he's gonna get peeked.
He might well end up getting peeked anyway as he's running towards the CT spawn. Consor sat here. Oh, actually, maybe not.
He's
Consor
ready.
with the scout out. No way! He gets him with the... Oh my god, the Glock picks up the kill somehow. The 1 versus 1 Glock versus AK. You would think that the Glock wins, but we get a timeout. Brittany finally taking some time to think about it. They get 5 of these 2-minute timeouts, it seems. So
what?
Yeah, it's just a very long time to get a timeout for, but it's a good amount of time for them if they do get 10 minutes across the game to think things out. We don't really, in UKCS, get to see timeouts all too much. It's something that I talk about constantly when I'm on stream. I get very mad about it. When I see people in the UK, they get 3 timeouts usually. They're about a minute each. They come into the game, they think, you know what, we'll take a timeout on round like 28 of 30, and then that's it. We're just going to take the 1. And you think, you have 3, just use them all. But finally, we get a sensible team. They're 5-0 down, they think, and of course, they're from France, so the ones that are doing it. So, yeah, very good.
Maybe we'll learn something from Brittany's team about this. This is really long. I can't believe they get 2 minutes. Anyways, Nico, Jesus Christ, on absolute tear, was quite yesterday, but 9 for 1 now. Can I see the other stats, Mr. Observer?
I mean, Nico yesterday had some pretty torrid games, all in all. I mean, you never like to highlight the ones that didn't do too well, but playing against Scotland, he only managed 11 kills, died 19 times before that, 19 and 22 against Cornwall, then playing on Ancient against Brittany, he went 17 and 13, so the only game he went positive on is actually against Brittany. So I'm sure he will be pretty happy to now be 9 and 1 into this game, showing actually the potential that he does have, and most of those being headshots as well. You love to see it.
Yeah, he's a certified circle clicker. top 100 Osu player in the country, I might add. Which is fucking hilarious. I knew I recognized him.
I don't know. I think I must have cast Nico before because I remember an Osu player in an entirely different sphere. I think it might have been for the university leagues. I think he may have got involved in, and I do remember another caster getting very excited about it as well. So, kind of fun that we see that. Oh, in a battle of the orbs, Consor picks Taizo off instantly.
So
Brittany,
fast.
that 2-minute timeout made nothing for them. They get 2 minutes to think it out. 2 minutes for Taizo to run to his death as Zawis gets half of his HP dinked away with an aid. Does the same though to Nico, the star player so far. As Ray just watching and waiting on towards Banana.
The boost went down. I was hoping they'd keep that up.
It's a good boost that looking into the window into connector, but usually something to maybe be done later on. Zawis is going to be taking the advantage a little bit further. Gets 2 and looking for the 3rd, but actually starts to run away. Rohall needs to peek out wide now, but actually backs away. Bryce as well picks up another one. Zawis gets Rohall and back 6. They fall apart. Consor with the AWP. He needs to win a 1 versus 4 with a minute left on the clock. At least he has the bomb, but that's really all that he has.
This looks like a save to me. Oh, what? That's bad timing. Nearly could have got that. I don't know if anyone spotted each other there. I don't think they're adjusting off of that, but wow, Zawa's getting around the corner, getting the bullets back in his gun, and winning 3. Well, 1 fight was easy, but 2. Oh, no, the angle doesn't favor Consor. Down he goes. That's a free kill for Bryce, and a first round for Brittany. On the board they are, and AWP reclaimed. Give Taizo another chance at the deal. But
only 2 players dying as well. I mean, sorry, only 1 player dying even. That's very good for the money of Brittany too. After losing 5 rounds in a row, their loss bonus would have been high. They'll have had a lot of money in the bank going into the next one, and they don't have to, get a FAMAS or anything else. They've got a lot really to their name. It's kind of interesting. Bright as well using the A4. I don't think I've seen that used in years now. It's not really the weapon of choice for a lot of people after the buffs that came to the M4A1S, and then the reduction in price was a pretty big one. But Zhao is playing in his favoured spot, a one that we've seen him lose his head in quite a lot. So an interesting choice from him.
Both teams relatively strapped for utility, but it's going to come down to the gunplay. As opposed to that, Nico looking the wrong way, and AJC not able to trade, and Zawa's with a 2 double. Well, no, just a double. That's how doubles work.
4
I know
kills.
how maths works. 4 kills. he's got a multiplier. Could get another here, but as he evades Consor on Party and Ray.
Oh, this is a good boost.
Oh, they're about to walk into the totem pole of death. Lucky Z. Sorry, even. With a double spray down, helped out by Coco. And Consor left on his own once again.
Yep, a little bit less exciting now as he's left in a 1 versus 5.
It's time to reflect and scope in on long as the feed dies.
Yeah, it looks like we have fully lost it there, so I think we're jumping back to our cameras. Hello!
Welcome back.
Good to see you again, yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've lost our GoTV. We will be back. I mean, a pretty low intensity, right, as we're left in a 1 versus 5. I'd be shocked if Consor wins it. If we do get a 6-1, I'm going to be furious at the Observer. I'm gonna go mad. But if it's 5-2, which I'm expecting, then everything's fine. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we'd just be sat there for like a minute. It'd be worse. Oh, there we are. Here we are.
And there we go.
I was about to get very annoyed.
A good time for CS to crash, really, because usually as a caster, just a little bit of insight into the way that I think, at least. I mean, I don't know about anyone else. You try to build tension a lot of the time and then kind of fire that out and get rid of it by the end and really build it to a hype play. There's not really much tension to build when you're in a 5 versus 1. It's all colour. It's not needed enough really colour. But anyway, Beta.
The nade is so good!
Oh God, what a nade. That's the AWP gone as well. He saved it in the last round. He needed to keep it alive as well. $150. His team will be able to buy next round. He absolutely can't now. That AWP was integral to the team.
Don't worry, Nico's got it now.
Nico
Watch
can't
this.
buy next round. If Nico, unless he gets all the kills, he needs to save this AWP. And if he saves it, he can't buy himself then. There will be a player that doesn't have enough. By saving
watch
that
this.
AWP, he needed to keep it into the next round. Otherwise, he's just gone. I know you're trying to say he's going to win. I don't
He's
think...
going to win.
There's no way.
Yeah,
None.
there's obviously...
There's none. I don't believe it.
Roll, though. Beta going down, but 2 players coming up long now. A lovely adjustment from Taizo. Has to win the duel against Nico. The jumping is so awkward playing the angles, but Nico wins it out. And another! See? This is what I meant! This is what I meant, dude! He's on a roll!
I'm cursing everything I say as Ray starts to plant the bomb. Nico has to watch behind. He needs to make sure that Zowers isn't able to pick up the kills. He does end up getting the kill on Nico. Ray with an M4A1S and a dream. He sat there on the site and, well, he goes down pretty quickly. Ireland, they do get the bomb down at least. The AWP goes into the hands of the CTs. They are going to be able to defuse, it looks like, unless they completely miss the bomb. And Brittany, they take the 3rd round on the board. And Ireland, as I said before, Konza is not going to be able to have a convincing buy in this round.
Yeah, it's going to be... They're going to face the consequences of that mistake. He was meant to be the secret weapon of that round, and he was gone in an instant. Couldn't hit had one chance to hit that shot, and missed his opportunity.
I think he'll just
yeah. Now he's on a Galil.
Armor, Galil, flash and a smoke. It's not pretty, but it is functional. He needs to pick up a kill if he wants to show just how good he is. And well, there we go. Picks up a kill pretty quickly. The trade 1-for-1. It favors the T side as well. They get less information, the CTs now, in a 4 versus 4. The Ts are able to peek and pry into the CT defense just as much as they were before, as Console picks up an AK, and suddenly we're level pegging in terms of the weaponry. An AWP in the hands of Taizo might well put it slightly in favor of the CTs, especially as he watches in towards B. Beta playing around this smoke may well end up getting Molotov out. Misses. Taizo gets away just in time, but Beta loses head on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Konzor with the awareness figured out someone was in that smoke. And now, Brittany, very disparate in their parts. Spread across the map, and in Coco, they're losing more and more of those parts. Challenges Ray and Monster gone from this world, and Tizer at the back of the site has to do work. Finds the first, but 3 more players going to be coming in here. Bryce can't afford to rotate quite yet. They don't know it's actually a monster take. I think he's thinking that it might be coming now. He's gone to a better position to rotate, but they're all going to run in together. Oh, Taizo was doubting himself as well, and can't hit that shot either. Rohol survives and waits for the repeat, doesn't actually get it. Oh, and he's ready for Bryce!
It's a really bad situation for back 6. They didn't look convinced pushing in towards the B-bomb site. They had flashes, they had smokes, or well, 1 smoke, which wasn't really enough to take the B-bomb site. If they had just stayed Brittany, they had just angled towards B, I think that would have been it for back 6. It's just the way it works sometimes. Ireland, they take the site, they get the bomb down, and Brittany end up saving in a round where, realistically, even though it was a 3 versus 2, Brittany had a very feasible chance of winning. So, ends up going 6-3, back 6 winning their first in 4. But Taizo, Bryce Too Nice, I think will be happy just to get out with their lives at this point. They did seem like they could have just lost their heads. I mean, back 6 were on a tear early on. Consort, again, leading the charge, looking very, very good. Nico as well, also looking pretty impressive. And honestly, if they ended on those kills at the end of the half, I think they would be pretty happy. So the fact they've got 6 more rounds to go, they'll be, I mean, even happier.
Yeah, it's just happy days. And on the other hand, Taizo saving an AWP over will help the economy stabilize Brittany after that loss. And oh no, that's a missed shot. But Nkoko finds some on the other side and escapes unscathed. Zoe is set on fire, but does escape, and the spam is not mutual. AJC, what's happened there? He's been tagged by the AWP, and Zois runs into the flames to get that kill.
His own flames. He's killed himself.
Yeah. Self-immolation. It's sometimes
you can hear the chat going as well. You can hear it. The noise of the players sending messages to one another as South kills himself. A 3 versus 4. I think the CTs overall, even though Zhao has burned himself to death, you'll be pretty happy with the fact that it's a 3 versus 4 as well. One of the T-sided players pretty low at this point as well. 50 seconds left in the round. There's a lot of time on the clock, though, for back six to start looking around. Rohul, one that's starting to push in towards the toilets. Not 100% sure of where players might be, although there is one with the AWP sat on that sign. It can be a very deadly position for both actually the player playing sign as well as the players pushing forward. If he does miss a single shot, as before, it's very easy for him to lose a lot of HP very quickly, but takes down AJC. Two players pushing in from short. Misses the first, goes for the swing, picks up the second. Taizo not going to miss anymore. Actually, you can see that he misses immediately, but Nico gets one, looking for the second, but nice kill from Nkoko to stop him from going on the rampage that seemingly he was about to go on. Brittany pick up a fourth, and back six back into their losing ways.
Yeah, both players were just about to get in the zone. Nico and Taizo were just sort of about to get into it, but a couple missed shots do stop them from doing that. Look at those shots, though, man. They just hit a bunch of those. That round changes completely.
Not
And
great
now
communication on the smokes.
Yeah, the force buy-in. Oh, so it's there. Oh, actually, can't get third, and Taizo needs to be ready. Finds one. Rohul. They try to charge him down, but the AWP is too fast. And Ray on his own now. And caught on the other side in Coco. Coming into support, and free tech 9. Only one casualty on Zawiz, who unfortunately just couldn't connect all the bullets needed for that spray down. Was literally two players, one bullet away.
I think the players
Really had that triple.
They need to learn that these fast plays aren't quite working for either team. I mean, both the CTs and the Ts are getting caught by it every round. The Ts, they just sit back, they sit passive for a little bit. They're probably going to catch Brittany going a little bit too aggressive, but every single round they start pushing in towards A. They start taking that aggression, and they're half the time winning it, half the time losing it. They want guaranteed wins. Just play it safe. Just play it passive for the first 30 seconds. There's nothing stopping you. Of course, this is the one round that Brittany decide to kind of angle much harder towards B. But this and
the four stack, and then good old Zhao is anchoring long, going around. Pushing. He's going to spot some players.
This is what I mean, though. They just push. They're just continually going for the pushes every single round. It's a little bit of a stalemate. The players slowly backing around. They just have to watch for this aggression, though. Zhao is, I think, at some point, he's going to pull the trigger. He's going to go for it. He's feeling confident. There's no way he doesn't push at some point. And, well, there we go. Zhao picks the head off of AJC. Takes a bunch of damage in the meantime. But that's A site gone. And Bryce Too Nice continually pushing too. Rohul at least gets the trade. A 1-for-1. Zhao needs to be killed on the other side of the map for really back six to be happy with these trades that have come through, but it's not happened. Taizo, Beta, Nkoko, and Zhao is left alive on Brittany. And with 40 seconds left in the round, back six need to make an option as to which site they're going to explore at some point. Nico, I think, is going to start looking towards A. No, they've already chosen B. They've already made that option. 30 seconds left. The players angling towards first console, pushing out on Monster, manages to get that first kill on Beta, and Rohul starts with the Molotovs in. The Molotov goes down on Bridge, almost as if a quasi-smoke to get rid of everyone. Taizo playing in with the Molly and with the AWP. He needs to pick one off in this situation, and once again misses at the worst possible opportunity. That Molotov, very, very good, though. Zhao is the one player left alive. The player that was on low picks one off, almost gets the second, almost stops the bomb from going down, but back six from the clutches of defeat take it. And the 5 versus 3 turns very quickly into a 2 versus 0. Back six, they win it. And Brittany in the mud.
Absolute chaos on the B site. It was looking like a last-ditch effort onto the B site. Just back six not able to find a way into the round. Suddenly, straight in, gets the first entry. That one player on Monster just not ready at all. And Zhao is not going to see anything on his initial peek. Nkoko will find more, though. Ray gets tagged down. Nkoko will be tagged in response, and is going to be Taizo. Gonna see more players, and one pick found, and Zhao is pushing so aggressively.
He just can't stop. He can't stop. Always
He's hearing
pushing.
this. He's hearing this, though. He's getting so much info. Even though they're walking. he heard them running. I think one of them jumped. And yeah, now these Brittany side gonna pull some players towards A. Op still holding in bathrooms. And Coco holding at the back of the site. And they're looking for more aggression, but the aggression's actually coming from behind them. Back 6. Unaware when the Zhao decide to go, and they're gonna go back into connector. Okay, the jump spot definitely nearly finds more than he could that he wanted. Well, they're still going for it. Speaking of going for it, Zhao is going for it. It's all in the timing. Do they pull the trigger on this push? Taizo, one more missed shot. Zhao finds one in the flank. And now the AWP has to run away, but Taizo caught. The trades do go CT's way, but now it's really awkward. The time just about get the plant in, but Consor's going to go down. Rojo could just get it in and sprayed down by Bryson Ice, who comes in from Optimus. And a clean, quick retake from Brittany.
Good retake indeed, and well, that push from behind Zhao is once again can't stop with the aggression. It's just his nature. Clearly, it's part of what he does. Is push incredibly aggressive every single round and never get caught for it somehow. But you know, it happens. Zhao is once again the focal point of that round. Another reason that the CTs have won and just can't be stopped. Taizo, a player that I really need to keep an eye on those AWP shots. He's not being punished for them at the moment, but eventually he will be because he is just missing them. I mean, a nice little kill down Monster, but well, at some point when he misses one of those shots, it will come back to bite him. He's been quite fortunate so far that that's not happened. The B push is not going to work out for Back 6, though. They're completely being held up against. AJC actually picking up the kill on towards the barrels player. The smoke goes down on short as well. There may well be a moment in which the bomb starts to go down. Nope, the smoke ends up being a one-way. Brittany, they spray through it. And well, either way, this half is going to end 8-7.
Someone
will take it.
All on this one.
Yeah.
Someone will take it. Someone will take it 8-7, and this round will decide it. That's a nice angle. They'll up on the back 6 side. Investing everything they can. Not quite everything they want. Consort a little strapped for utility. And Jesus Christ, the A presence is massive! As they do another long push, but Consor's getting the kills. And Coco goes down as well. Nico combining in for that, and Tyson going to have to go on the retreat. As they then back off towards B. They realize that, wait, those players were always on B. Now that means B must be relatively clear. And it's just going to be really Bryce contesting this as... I think that's... Zhao is pushed up in water. Yeah, he's just going to be... down the bottom. Zhao will find the last player coming through, but the bomb's already through. And he's even found... And now Bryce is nice. Has to step up. Can't do it. And Taizo on his own heaven. Can't hit the first shot. And gonna see a lot more players when he peeks out next. Another one missed. Gotta hit something soon. And nope. It's Rojo to hit it. And 8-7 for back 6 on their T side. Shaky after the... in the last half of... well, half of that half. But... that initial 5-round string... gonna get them the advantage. Wow.
It's very easy to watch that game and think the one thing that Ireland should have been doing from round like 3, they've only done on the final round. And it hurts so much when you see that happen. But, well, at least it's finally come. Back 6, they did hold passively. They did stop it. And, well, they get around for their troubles. Taizo throwing that smoke as well into the front of toilets. And whether it works for them is a different story. Zhao is once again going aggressive, once again looking for some kills. And I have to say, I've got to say, just for a second, just to stop almost and slow us down, I love the Juberettas have become a weapon of use. Because I've been touting them for years. And the fact that they finally came in a couple of years ago is something that people actually can use on the pistol round, I love it. Because I've been using them since like day one, like 2014, I've been using them. Finally, people understand. Zawis picks up the headshot and goes even further, but there's the dual Berettas. Rowool picks up that kill. No questions asked. Gets the kill without taking any damage as well.
Vindication!
With the kit in hand, as the players start pushing on towards the A bomb site, it may well come in useful. Consort trying to stop that, trying to stop it from coming useful at all. Does get 2 kills on the push, and Coco, the one player left alive. The bomb dropped in the middle of nowhere. Does as well pick up the kill on the player on Optimus and picks up the bomb. Able to reset. 45 seconds left in the round. Backs away all the way back down to toilets. 2 players in Rowool and AJC. AJC is low on HP. He's only got 10. So in Coco, he has every chance of winning this one as he starts pushing forward. The bomb site is completely open and he doesn't realize that the players are pushing forward, but picks up the first kill. The player on the dual Berettas starts whiffing a couple of them, needs 4 kills in the round in order to take this one. And Coco watching for the player to push. He hears the jump over. 15 seconds left. Rowool just needs to sit still, just needs to wait for the player to push forward. He doesn't need to peek into this. He just needs to wait. And Coco pushing forward, making noise. Stay still, Rowool. Stop peeking. There's 4 seconds. There's no time left. Just playing wing around the Rosie. And back 6 take it. And no, oh my God, the time runs out and gets the kill after time. Brittany fall and back 6. They take the pistol round. Oh my God, what an end to that one.
Jesus Christ, that's a fucking drama ending if you have ever seen one. And then Coco now left on absolutely no money. He's got his 1,000 from his kill reward. Thankfully, he got 3 kills in that round, but that's really not enough to afford anything. And it's going to be like a full eco, 1 deagle, a couple flashes on Taizo. But quick up connector they go. Nico having to retreat. Too many bodies. Not enough bullets in this FAMAS. Consort with support from the back, and everyone else wanting to grind up some kills as well. As it just comes down to 2. Nico, does he check the corner? He does not! So it's the only one in the round. As back 6 continue their streak. 10 double digits for them. And a good start to the half.
I'm still struggling from the first round.
Yeah, no, it's just
My
having
brain,
like...
I think I've had an aneurysm as I'm sitting here watching you cast that one. Almost, it's like a kind of a fever dream almost.
What is real? It's Counter-Strike real. It's all simulation, man. Don't worry. Oh, and Zawis is the master of the simulation. 2 quick kills as they try and push up short. Denied completely. Consort found as well. Taizo with the Galil. God, you can give any gun, they'll find some kills. And now I'm down to 2. Or back 6 for Ireland.
I think that when we see this round go, I mean, easy to say that, of course, back 6 have fluffed this one a little bit. The lines have been fluffed, Nico. There's no chance he gets anything more than maybe 1 or 2 in this position.
Do it.
I hope he goes for the knife.
Never mind, it's a bit far away now.
It is, but it might still happen. He's still behind. There's still 100% a chance at this point. No! Oh no! Okay. They at least they didn't buy up, so they can still get M4s. They were just using what they had on the second round, but I mean, you'd hope they get at least 1. That is, that's caught on stream as well. Someone clip that. That is awful.
You should be embarrassed, Nico.
I mean, I'm sorry, but you can't get around that. That was very poor. Brittany, they're on a Galil at the same time. Oh god, the Deagle and a Scout. I didn't realise that the back 6 were that poor.
Yeah, Nico has been kept humble. Oh, and Ray is also quite humble after that headshot. He's always looking for more. His aggression will never be tempered, it seems. And up long go 3. In the meantime, no one to contest it. Nico on the other side. Just a decal to try and fend this off when he realizes, but they're just going to sneak into the site. Consort with the Scout will have a rude awakening, finding all these players streaming in. Can't hit the shot. Beta with the headshot on him. And now Nico has to save it. The spam does get Beta, but only 1. And now the 2 rifles. No kits, no utility. Do they really go for this retake? Surely not.
There's absolutely no way. I mean, if we see a retake taken, it's only because they're bored. I can't see a world in which they go for this. They've not got a kit. They've got no nades. Brittany, they've got full site control. It would be bizarre if they did try and go for it, especially AJC and Rohul, not to slight them, but not having the best of games. Both of them a little bit lower on the leaderboard for the back six team. So I would be surprised if this is the moment that they say, you know what, we're going to bring out the big guns. We're going to go for the kills. I'd be very, very surprised. So they do just save it. They are going to allow their team to buy up with them, probably not next round, but the round after. I imagine they'll just be dropping a couple of P250s over to their teammates, and we'll see a pretty boring round in the next. Likely a 10-10, but if AJC and Rohul can bait their teammates well enough and go for the 1-for-1 or 2-for-1 trades, there's a very real chance that back six might have a little bit more to show for it. It really does depend on teamwork this round, on both sides, really. If Brittany go over-aggressive, and if back six, they kind of bait their teammates in the right way. You know, there's usually a lot of negativity around it, but if they do it right, there's a chance that back six can take it. Well, a great start. AJC gets ours.
But everyone else is going straight along on this T side, and Nico going to be able to spot it out. Not really going to be able to contest it, just a silenced pistol. Can't quite go James Bond on it, though.
There's a very real chance as the players start to rotate in that they can maybe pick one off. Nico has seen them all at this point. The information comes through a 4 versus 4. Consor pushing in behind, going very, very aggressive. And, well, might just be able to catch one of them out. They don't know that he's here. He manages to get... No, he doesn't manage to get it. Beta turns around. The 180 picks him off. It's a difficult kill to get, at least for Consor. It's not quite like the MP9 on the player earlier, but it's certainly close. AJC pushing in from the stairs. There's a player hiding on the left-hand side. Gets one, gets two, in fact, running. There's no way you can get that one. 99% of the time, that one's a miss. Ray does get a headshot on Nkoko, but Beta continuing the winning form, picks up 2 of his own. Brittany, they do take it, but like I said, the teamwork was pretty good from back six, and it was close.
Why does everyone have really good aim, but only when people are facing them? As soon as they face away from them, suddenly they can't hit crap. And we're back to even. Back six having to get up that lead in order to get back up to a decent buy, and no ops coming out for either side. That was Bryce and Nice. Got enough money for an op, but opt to just go for the 5 rifle. T side. As Toilets is contested. Consor and Nico to defend it. And clinical take, clearing out underground. And nothing really seen by these CTs quite yet. T-side not really revealing their plans quite yet, and they're actually going to back off. One player, Consort, going back to the site. Nico's going to stay around just trying to hear something. And we'll hear... I think here's... who is that? That's Taizo coming in. But the underground control maintained, and I think our first fight might come up. No, he's backs off. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna have a bit of a Cold War going on. On an overpass. There we go. Shots fired. And Nico with first blood. Nkoko found. But A will still be the destination for back six. For Brittany, sorry. Nico sticking around in this forward position and punished for his transgression. Consor going straight in as well. Able to adjust onto one, but gonna find more players, and oh my goodness, that's another one. But Taizo, with a return, puts it 2v2, but both these players low, and Rojo sneaking in from dumpster, puts Bryce in the clutch, and oh, jumping gone.
Could have gone so wrong. Could have gone so wrong. Rohul pushing out alone as his teammates still not rotated in. Rohul, I mean, good job to get both kills, but as he pushes out, he makes that from a 2 versus 1 into 2 1 versus 1s. A very key difference there, in that if Rohul gets killed, it becomes a 1 versus 1 and that's it. While if he waits for his teammate, if he plays it slow, he doesn't go too aggressive, his teammate can come through and they can trade it 1 for 1 when it does come to it. It would have to take a miracle for the T side to win it in that situation. So very lucky back six to have a player that didn't immediately swing, because if he had, Rohul would had a 50-50 chance of dying, but Roble now watching as players start to swamp in, helped by Ray. The flashes, they don't matter at this point. AJC as well, flashes a teammate, gets a kill as Ray flashes in. Konzor as well, gets another one. Zowers, funnily enough, is still alive, usually one of the first ones to die or get kills on the other side of the map, as he's the most aggressive player I think I've ever seen, but back 6, they take it. 5 versus 0. Every single Brittany player falls while back 6 remains strong. A strong back 5 that remained through it. 12-10. That was a disastrous round for the
so many
Brittany
risks
team.
Taken by Ireland in that 21st round, but that 22nd was just an absolute meat grinder and monster. Nothing done by Brittany to try and get into that site. They got in through Monster pretty well, and then were just ground up by every player that was just facing it and just firing into those smokes. And now stuck on significantly less money. So 2 AKs to try and save it on Zawas and Bryce to nice. But Deagles for a loss. And a very coordinated sweep up the entirety of the A corridors. Contact will be found by Beta fairly soon if they're not careful. And a bullet found in his brain. Konzor ready, and he knows there's more on here. And the Taizo gone as well. Rice and Nice needing to play off this info. Finds the angle, but finds a bullet again. Konzor, what is this? Just taking the heads off of every player in these bathrooms. These are his bathrooms. Zawiz, you're gonna walk into it too. AJC steals the kill. And Nico wants to join in as well, as in Coco walks in along and back 6 with another clean round. Brittany, you thought they had something in there, the 2 rifles, but 3 players gone in an instant. Konzor just so good.
Very, very clean once again. They look so solid. It's good to see Ireland coming into this second half just as strong as we've seen them previously in the group stage. They looked very, very impressive. Well, they look good again. 3 players going towards B as 5 are going to rush in from Brittany. The flash comes through. Robal's ready for it though. All of them falling. It's Sowers and then Coco left. Well, actually a pretty good headshot, but well,
no follow-up.
Immediately dies. It's only Sowers left. The 1 versus 4, and well, make that a 4 versus 0 as back 6. Another clean one. The money continues to grow, and I think Brittany, what they're not realizing from these aggressive plays that they're making is that they're allowing back 6 to buy almost every round out. If they lose this next one, if Brittany win, there'll be another 2-3 buy rounds before they're completely bankrupt, just because they've allowed so many of them to stay alive. They've thought, you know what, it's the end of the round, we'll just continue pushing in, we'll see what happens. Realistically, you want to just hope and keep your fingers crossed that you're going to get kills, because if you just give it up, if you do decide to push in, you're allowing players to continually build things up. And well, an incredible aggressive push from back 6. They're the ones on the aggro now, and that's the bomb fallen. And Coco needs to push forward to get it, and that's accidentally a full-on one-way. And Coco able to watch around the outside. It's whether Konzor pushes, it's whether Nico pushes. I don't think they are going to. Bryce Too Nice begins to go up the stairs. The smoke goes through. Oh, that's not a great one. Konzor as well. Finally, the one-way smoke falls in favor of Brittany. And, well, players falling left, right, and center. Unfortunately, it's only Ray left. And he's given away his position. Starts to run away. Starts to go all the way towards a bomb site. But Brittany, they may well not even go towards here. They've got so much time left on the clock. Back 6 played their hand out so open. But now Ray needs a lot of luck. And, well, I don't know if he's actually rotating up. I don't know if we are able to see him. A split cam as Ray starts to go up these stairs. Taizo starts to plant the bomb. But Ray for a kill and may well pick one up. Nope, gets his head taken off. Brittany, they win the round. But like I said, the money still very, very good for back 6. Still close to 10k on a lot of them. So able to buy, able to go very heavy into this one. And Brittany will be expecting this. But next round, if Ireland lose, easy confusion for Brittany. They will not be expecting them to be able to buy.
Well, these aggressive CT sides are yielding some of the weirdest situations I've ever seen in these rounds. The bomb down so early, isolate everyone else trying to retake it from the other side. The one-way comes up. It's like another player flanking from underground, and oh, now more aggression for the T side. This time, Zhao is living up to his reputation. And Oh, Consor's reputation gone. Nico with the trade. But we'll have to retreat off of that. Control of the bathroom conceded. And a 2-2 setup now being set up for the Irish side as they now back off Brittany. In fact, they'll even rotate another player over there, back six, and that's not good for them because towards B seems to be the destination, and his Ray's picked off. Never mind, I'm just really blind. They actually were stacked on top of each other again in the Tiki Torch of Death. Tiki Torch of Death? The Totem Pole of Death. However, the Totem Pole of Death...
I like both.
Yeah. They both have the alliteration.
Beta might well be able to pick one up, making a lot of noise though. Nico gonna be able to hear that they are here. Just depends on how aggressive he goes. And, well, he does go aggressive. Does get the kill on Bryce. The Molotov goes down in good time as well. Beta ends up burning down to it. Tyzo starts pushing forward. The push ends up coming through. Rohall and AJC, the old reliable two. The two that are left alive. The smoke down on the stairs. The Molotov down in bank. Back six, certainly not going to be able to deny the bomb plant, and Coco's gone aggressive as well. Unless they push through the smoke. Oh no, and Coco's not looking the right way! And AJC and Coco turns around, gets both kills! Brittany, they somehow win it as they push through the smoke. The timing was perfect for back six.
You gotta
oh
note
my word.
You gotta note the utility usage there. They had to run back and get the bomb only 20 seconds, so they had to delay the pushes out by the CTs. They couldn't let them push out before the bomb was planted. Otherwise, they would have position. And so, perfectly use of the molly and smoke to keep them out down in bank and dumpster and letting them get that bomb in just in time. As you can see, they got it in time. And even though they couldn't get the kill, the planting player still gets it down, and in Coco with the clutch from bank. And now a default coming out, and actually, everyone very passive suddenly. Everyone's had a change of heart. Everyone's like they found Jesus. They found Jesus, Zach. They found inner peace.
I guess they did. They had a couple of people knock at the door. Tell them.
Can I tell you about our Lord and Savior, James? Have you considered saving your guns?
Awful. Awful. Yeah, James has come to the door. They've all learned about the value of being passive and around. And as a minute has passed, no one's done anything. You love to see it. Rohall going to be the one to take the first base, but Tyzo not missing those shots. Now looks good. Beta swings around the corner, gets one. God. Tyzo gets another in Ray. And well, the two best players statistically on the island team are the two left alive, and I would be surprised if they go for this. I don't want to say that they're not going to, but it would go against James' teaching if they did.
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, I guess that all of them have found religion. So, yep, they're definitely, especially the old. You want to say the old consort? That's an exit, and they're hunting so hard, Brittany. But two players found. Zawis. Oh, and blasphemy from Consort as he goes down, and Nico left with just the AK. Brittany staving off match point.
Likely going to end 14-14 if back six do what we'd expect here and do eco into this one. Also, got to highlight the British team, of course, the one that doesn't. British? What am I on about? Sorry, the my word, they're an Irish team.
Yeah, no, you're about to get cancelled now.
What am I talking about? Yeah, no, it happened in the UK and Ireland circuit, I've got to say. It wasn't just UK teams. So UK and Ireland. Both equally bad for it, not taking the time. So, and of course, it's the Irish team that doesn't. So, good to see as they continue just plugging away.
Zawis, man!
Players taking so much damage through the wall. Rohall going down to an Coco spray. Consort sitting around the USP. You need to be incredibly lucky to pick anything up. The flash catches absolutely no one. The nade catches him, and the headshot certainly catches him. Two players left alive. Nico, one of the ones that's probably looking just to save this AK as he pushes through in behind. Might well be very well timed, hearing the players running through. Tries to start pushing in, but
coming straight from the underground.
100% gone. There's no way that he's getting anywhere close to it unless he starts running, and that is a risk I don't think he's willing to take. Just sitting pretty and waiting for them to go through. Ray as well, sat down on shorts. They're going to know that he's here. The smoke's down on shorts, so he's surprised. And, well, Nico loses his head all the way on the other side of the map. Ray needs, just insane luck here in order to get something, and doesn't see any magpies, just loses his head. And that is all, not able to see any magpies in the end of this round. Brittany, they take it to 14-14. Now we have a game on our hands.
Yeah, unfortunately they're in Germany, so there's no 4-leaf clovers around.
You can't see it, but I'm really trying not to just... when there's stuff like that, the bad puns, I can't get over them. I just...
Is it a pun? Is that counted as fun?
It's not really a pun, a bad joke, puns, all of it. Just any of them, they get every single time. It's the worst profession for me to be in when people constantly making bad jokes. That's all we do on stream. But it catches me out every time. As we're in a 4 versus 4. The T side as well, I think this is one of the first times that we've seen them lose a player this early, really, without losing the entire team. So finally, Ireland are the ones that are making a little bit of work done. Console.
They've been getting entries, Brittany, and including with the op. There was op entries, double op entries from Tyso on the B side the one time. That was...
He's really turned it around as well. On the first half, constantly just missing just a little bit. Just the timing wasn't quite right. He'd flick at the last second. He'd turn it away. And, well, now on the T side, he's getting these kills. He doesn't need the second shot. It's instantly. The first one goes. This is really difficult to play against an AWP in form, especially with the dynamism that Tyso shows. Being able to rotate around the map and show exactly where he is. They don't know where he's going to be at any given point. Is he going to be entering on the middle of A? Is he going to be going towards Monster? They have no idea. But Brittany, while this is happening, I don't think they realize they're walking into a B stack and a very fast rotate potentially coming up from A. Console picks up the first kill. The bomb site now opened up just that little bit. The bomb goes down as well. Rohal picks that one off. He just needs to push just a little bit more aggressive to get the kill on Tyso. Does manage to see his head. Backs away. 53 HP taken and actually loses his head to Coco, but it's only 5 seconds. You're absolutely right. The kills don't even matter. Nico gets them both. Back 6, they go to 15th round. That's match point. Brittany, they have the money to buy, but that was a round that they did not want to lose.
On the bright side, the fight for overtime is going to be very short. Whether it comes up or not. And also, yeah, we don't know who Beta is. I don't know. I thought it... Because I saw the profile picture, I thought, oh, maybe that is actually their name. Nope, I had no clue who the hell that is. That is a scrubbed player, and I have really no clue. Yeah. Been a little bit naughty in matchmaking, and so has been muted, I think. But continuing that spray through the wall, been rewarded with a kill and an assist in the past. So Brittany, they've got no reason to stop doing it. They continually spray through the wall. They continually get damage from it. Beta as well, pushing aggressively through connector. Might be able to catch someone out. There is somebody in long toilets. There is somebody watching this position. Nico, the one tasked with holding it, and, well, he's actually only holding for a peek in towards this position, not watching really for somebody to come out of connector, so not going to happen for him. Zhao is continually with these aggressive push. Ray, the one that's been put in charge of it, playing in a headshot angle, and Zhao is more than capable of picking that head off. Nico as well. There's a lot of pressure every single map. 4 players all around him. You can see them slowly coming in. It's like ants going towards the anthill. Nico gets one, looking for the second, pulls the nade out at a very inopportune time. But that's bad from Nkoko pushing forward at that time. And, well, the nade's out for him too. Gonzor picks that one up, starts running all the way back down to the A-bomb site. Brittany, a 3 versus 4 in the worst possible situation for it. Match point. The rotate comes through. But Ireland, they backed away. There's only 2 players towards the B bomb site, I think. And, well, they're in a position that's now been mollied out. In fact, it's only 1 player. The Molotov goes down on towards the site, going to try and stop them from planting the bomb. But the bomb, I think, is still going to be able to go down. Bryce Nice pushed He's burning!
Tyso got 44 HP after the Molotov goes onto him. The bomb at least goes down. Starts looking through the smoke. Starts looking for Konza to go too aggressive. Looks at the wrong way. Just at the wrong second. The row ball does get the death, though. And Bryce Too Nice as well getting the kill on Ray. Goes for a 4 versus 3 into a 2 versus 3. Console needs to get a kill, and he needs to get it quick. Actually does manage to get an AJC with the headshots out. It's the 1 player left alive in a 1 versus 2. And it's going left and right and sideways and backwards, looking around the dildo. Zhao needs to get both kills in this situation and falls to Console. Back 6. Gonna take it as the bomb gets defused. 16-14, and what a way to end our first match.
How did they manage to bring that back again? The rotations were completely off. They were caught completely off guard. They were caught with their pants down, and suddenly they just pull them straight up. And Jesus, around out of nowhere.
I'm glad the cameras aren't on for that, because my face was red as anything. I cannot believe the ending that we got to our first map. You love to see it. And, well, I mean, a wonderful little ending as Ireland go 1-0 up. You can see it just below us. Brittany on 0 maps so far. I don't actually even know whose map pick that was. I was so excited by what was going on screen, but very, very good CS in the end. And what we got to see was, it was beautiful. I mean, every single round looking just so open. There wasn't ever a moment where you weren't thinking, okay, someone's going to show some wild aggression and pick a head off just somewhere on the map, right? It just constantly came through. Zhao is really leading the team for Brittany, and Konzor and Nico, the other two that, I mean, we saw the two that were left alive at the end. They managed to win a retake at a 3 versus 2, each one of them picking off a player at exactly the same time and then working well off each other to get the final kill. Lovely to see, but I know now that Inferno is our next map, so it's not going to be us constantly talking about different maps that might happen and then getting the wrong one.
So about cash.
Yeah.
I love it. No. Anyways, I'm not sure whose picks is which one. I'm not sure whose map that was. I'm gonna make a guess that it was Ireland, just based off of that they've played it, and also they did win it. So, Into Inferno would make sense for Brittany to pick, though it is a much more favored for both sides as they have played both played it. But I guess Brittany, with their info on Ireland from their past matches, and knowing that they're willing to play it, are just gonna go and just pick into it, and then Mirage makes sense as a
I mean,
decider.
This really is a map that either team could win. I mean, we spoke about it thinking that we were going to go into Inferno at our first one, but we do now get to see it actually happening. And yeah, we said it before, right? The players that we've got on both teams, the way that they play around each other, the way that we see everything happening, I really do think that Inferno is going to be the map that we'll see the most representative skill of the teams as a whole, rather than individual skill that we saw really on Overpass. We saw a lot of like individual moments that were like very, very nice to watch, and some good executes on the B and A bomb site. We did see those, but Inferno is all about, on CT side, being incredibly skillful in your resource and working together. So should be exciting to see exactly how both of these teams play off one another.
Yeah, simultaneously on Inferno, it's simultaneously a simpler tactical map, but also because it's more played and more in depth, that there's more depth to it out of that, as opposed to Overpass, where it's like very complex out of the gate, exactly how it all goes down. Because toilet control, it's not an instinctual thing that you figure out exactly how it works there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I absolutely agree. Overpass tends towards, especially at this level, generally tends towards a more puggy map style. I know overall are more complex, but just in the kind of frame of reference of what we're watching at the moment, very puggy generally. So exciting that we now get to see something that tends towards, at this level, tends towards something more tactical. But anyway, I'm getting told in my ear that we maybe should have just a little break before this game. We've got quite a little bit of time to fill, so I think we're going to just have a couple of minutes just so that I can freshen up a little bit and come into the next one feeling peak. So yeah, I'm just going to throw to a break. It was lovely having
And we are back in very quick mid pistol round. Quick in, and Jesus Christ, okay, already in the sight, Brittany, but already all their players gone, and Zhao is now in the clutch, 1 versus 3. It's happened so fast. 2 dualies against him, and the bomb isolated from him, but all the players also isolated from the bomb, the CT players. And now, and a minute to work with as well. Just gonna sneak his way through ruins, but Consor waiting on the other side with 2 guns with his name on it. AJC takes first contact, and now the double peek is too strong. Does find Consor, but dualies will not be saved because AJC decided not to press the E key. So, pistol round for the Irish side. We will get Zach back in very quick as they just got straight into this map with no hesitation whatsoever. They oh, I'm not saying that.
Who back? Sorry, who? Washed up caster Zach.
Yeah.
As Brittany starts sprinting up Banana.
Oh my goodness!
That's 4 kills for Rohall, and another on the other side of the map for Consort. How quick was that? What a beautiful round to cast, eh? Just come in, see 4 players get dusted in front of your very eyes, and then Brittany fall with 0. I think last time we saw back 6 stay on the weapons that they had. Brittany demolished them very quickly, so it will be interesting to see how they do it on Inferno rather than Overpass with 4 actually going back towards B once again, it seems. Another play with a lot of noise towards Banana.
The 5 MP9s. Oh, well, 4 MP9s now. About to be 3, I think. Yep. As one more player you could test. He's always just on Banana on his own. Okay, that's now down to 2. AJC. Aggressive apartments. Oh, there we go. Now it's just down to 1 AK. Consor gives up his MP9. And Ray is found. And so Brittany kind of got all the kills before they even realized that they needed to take a site. They just realized, oh, all the CTs are dead. And all the CTs are dead.
If any of the Ireland players are watching this VOD, is it worth it, that round? Was it worth it for you? Running down Banana, going and throwing your lives away to get an AK out of the hands of the T side? Would you not rather have bought into the M4s? Sometimes when you see those plays, you think like all you've done is give them a free round, and so you've essentially thrown the chances away just because you're like, well, we could do with another lost an AWP that has ultimately been lost in the first 2 seconds of the round. So back 6 now, a man down, a round down because of what they've done. They've lost a round based on what they did last round. It's just not. It's not really a play that ever works. Is going very aggressive on the MP9s, and once your aggression has been caught, going even more aggressive on the other side of the map, just lose everything. So they've kind of maybe a little bit to learn in that regard in terms of their 3rd round buys when they do win on CT, because just playing against AKs, they're never going to take those. Maybe 1 out of 100 times with those very aggressive plays. No utility, no real pushes, just going through smokes. Especially because Brittany now 100% cottoned onto that. They know what's happening. Ray playing on long and light.
Oh my god!
And what a spin around the corner that was. What a kill. Because AJC's was in position. He gets Molotov out, and his head goes just as quickly as the last. Brittany, they've got the bomb site. Rohall trying to stay alive, not successfully. And Nico sat on B. Brittany, it looks like it's going to be 2-2.
Is that op just cursed? Does anyone hold that op just die instantly? Is that how it works? You're literally not even able to see a player. You just die. How does that happen twice?
It feels that way. I mean, the headshots from Brittany have been absolutely insane so far. Nico,
what more? Okay, no. Nico.
Watching for someone to come round. Taizo falls. But this is the signal. This is the pheromone that bees fly out when they start dying. And then 100 bees show up. Brittany, they're all crowding in to get a bite at the apple. As you might say, Nico just waiting for players to come around the corner, and Coco's ready for it. All of them are coming round. Nico needs to survive, and he doesn't, and Coco gets the head. Back 6. They equalise 2-2, or rather, Brittany equalised. Back 6 equalised by losing, I guess. And that is now a full eco round for the Ireland players.
Maybe that's why they had the MP9s. They just wanted to... They're lulling them to a false sense of security, but an op claimed by Brittany now. As we have the stack on A this time. Interesting. like a literal stack.
A real totem pole going on. It's a bit of an Astralis play every
Yeah.
single time on Inferno. They love these little that still stack on top
That's all
of each
peeking
other's
to the
heads,
AWP,
but the
and
AWP
it
has now
AWP'd.
been spotted them all. They know where they are. Tyzo. Oh my god, that was
Like
nice
ducks
to
in a barrel. No, the ace. Does he peek in? Something's too good. He really wants this. He's so pissed at his teammate right now. How could you? How could you do that?
I would have shot him if I was him. It doesn't matter that it's competitive. Just get rid.
That's a court-martialing. Sir, he
At
stole
least-
my kill.
They're going to be on equal weaponry, although the utility really falls in favour of Brittany. Usually you see weapon smokes, molotovs dropped in spawn by the A players, just for the B players to be able to use a little bit more. Not that back six are going to do that. It doesn't seem like they're really subscribed to that theory of playing more nades towards B, which usually people are, but looking over, this is a lovely little boost. Whether it pans out for them is a different story, as they are eventually going to see Rice Too Nice, the player coming through. The Molotov buys Brittany a few more seconds. Consor needs to hold this position, otherwise he is going to lose both of his teammates in towards Boiler, and, well, loses both of them anyway, it seems. Consor, the one player in charge of holding the A-bomb site, and, well, that's a player gone. Suddenly, versus 5 of Brittany once again steamroll through onto the A-bomb site.
Jesus, this A-bomb site just seems to be made of paper. Just ripping straight through it. Tissue paper, not even like good like craft paper. And we've had a name change for good old Beta. He's now Banjo. He's been upgraded.
I thought we'd managed to get his name on the stream, but no, it's just a different muted name, isn't it? That's
No clue who he is.
yeah, lovely to see. And back 6. And there's not really much to talk about here. They're just losing on the A-bomb site, and you might want to see players maybe take a more aggressive peek. Well, comes ours. He knows where they are. Rohall as well as picks up, spins round, loses his head. But Ireland, they need to probably get some sort of different setup, maybe towards B, playing 3 players towards B very early, taking a full aggressive control, and then rotating around as fast as they can on towards the other side of the map with 2 as one player takes banana control. Some form of completely different completely different style of play, because at the moment they're being annihilated. And, well, Raid loses his life again by peeking down middle. They know now that the AWP plays there. They know that it's watched. I think Consort might be playing in a position that's been caught before.
Oh, did you not see that? Oh, never mind. He wasn't actually visible. Or is he visible? Well, it's about to be visible soon. And splattered across the walls. Consort. But yeah, not enough informational play went in these in this on this A site. They're just gambling these setups exactly where they think Brittany might take from, but obviously they go the complete opposite way because they don't know what these setups are. They just go in and turns out they're looking the complete wrong way. And the flashes are good, not really much utility to hold this off. Nico's got an AUG. Let's go.
I love that we're seeing the AUG. I absolutely love it. This is another one of the Zach's favourite weapons sort of deals. I loved when it came into the highlight. I love the weapon. It's so strong. Why did he not go behind the wood? He stays in place, takes the flash full on, could have turned around, but thinks that players are going to peek in before it. And back 6 a player down instantly because of that aggression. Banjo as well looking down into Boiler. Ray needs to do well in this position. The smoke as well is going to give away that he is playing underneath the balcony here, and Coco rips off the head. Consor, the one player that's left alive on towards the A-bomb site. Actually, not even a player's rotated over. It's AJC with him. Nico, the one player alive on the B-bomb site, and that's a nice little kill from back 6 to be able to equalise at least just a little bit. Nico with the AUG. This is the moment. This is the moment. The AUG make or break from this point, and, well, it looks like it's break.
Yeah,
Tyso
he got past.
And he
got tunnel vision with the AUG.
Swamped by players, yeah. Just in an awful spot as well, playing behind the pillar. Once you miss the first one, that is it, basically. So, It is what it is. They are gone. And everything is over for the back six players. Gonna go down 6-2, it seems, so quickly.
It's like a gun named Monday Tim Mods. Oh, we don't see it now. Hunting still, they're so hungry. And this back six defense just not able to find any purchase. Though. Which is always nice. Jesus Christ, Bryce has like 1,600. It's just maxed out his money. And he's died 3 times. It's not like he hasn't died that much.
I just, the money for the T side, they look, I mean, almost set up to win this game 16-2 the way they're playing at the moment. I mean, the bomb being left in T spawn's not great, but they really do look like they're set up to play incredibly like fast, quick plays. I mean, Banjo picking up the Mac 10 is just such a sign of disrespect.
Oh my god!
Still gets the kill. I mean, this is unfair almost.
Zoes!
The players falling everywhere on the map. There's only one player on the A bomb site left. Does end up getting the kill on Zhao as the smoke goes down on that long spot, though. Pushes towards the site. I don't know why we're not seeing this. AJC, the player that's left on the site, loses his head in the end. Well, back six again with another lost round. Brittany, I mean, they're just steamrolling them, and the guns they're picking up show just how much really is there. There's just such a gap in skill on Inferno at the moment, and Brittany really pushing their advantage harder and harder. They're not giving up.
Those are like 2 dry entries just running in with the AK up mid. How does he just do that? Not punished in the slightest. And now just left to the Deagles on back six. Might find something here. 2 players pushing him. And some support from Rohal, but just a tag. Nothing more. 2 players in apartments though. Bryce and Ice might get more than he bargains for if he peeks in, but he's actually holding, so never mind. Banjo will be the one to take the cost, and oh, both of them unable to pay their debt. And the debt collectors with their deagles come in. And Coco wants to try and steal it back. As his 2 players also try an entry onto the B site while the bomb is still in T-spawn. A nice kill onto Nico at the back of the site, and what is that for Zowis?
It's unfair at this point, isn't it? It's just unfair.
He's got a radar in his brain, and they've retrieved the bomb now, and they've actually just gone to the A site as Coco could just walk in. So that was found finally. Ray comes in, the backup. But AJC, they slipped past him, and now the plant comes in. They know what's going on, so they can be quick on this 2v3 retake. They have the advantage technically, but 1 kill will change this around. And the flash not good enough. Ray found in the corner. And Consort needs to step up, and Coco, watching the other side, might be caught off guard from the apps. Nope, not at all. Anticipated. All according to plan, and Consort having to waddle his way up. A missed shot! But more missed shots from Consort.
Oh. Okay, well,
Time was running low.
That was still close. I mean, at least back six made that one a little bit closer, and with the weaponry as well. Very, very good that they managed to get as close as they did. Still a 6-round deficit. Close doesn't mean you won the round at the end of the day, but 3 players going towards B. As I said before, there's 3. It seems the AWP is there too. Trying to get early control and then potentially rotate. I think that's going to happen. Players start
so
pushing
quick.
forward. The nade is so aggressive. Banjo, he's pushing through. He's going through the smoke. He's gone all the way through. And Nico, he's still there. He's still looking the wrong way. He's turning round left to right. He doesn't know which way to look. Still gets the kill, and Coco trades 1 for 1 at the end of the day. Nico does get the 2 kills that he needed to get in that position. The AWP is still there, does manage to spot him, but can't see him through the nade smoke. Brittany, they come through that one looking a little bit worse for wear.
Consor's so pushed up.
So
He's still
aggressive.
staying around here.
I mean, he needs to get an early kill and then jump back to site. If 2 people swing at the same time, he is dead in this position. This is a really vital spot for Consort to get kills on. And actually still angling 2 players towards A. He's going even more aggressive. And if he does push around this corner, he is almost 100% dead unless his aim is incredible. We've seen just how good Konzor is before, but almost a stalemate in this position. Finally, we're getting players push. Finally, we're getting the Molotovs coming over. And as the push comes through, it's whether they realize just what's happening. Konzor only goes 1-for-1. There's 2 players now rotating around from the A bomb site. The bomb is open. Zhao is the player on the AWP that's watching over, doesn't let players push in, gets the quick kill, starts going towards Banana, still looking for more. And AJC, the one player left alive for back 6, needs to win this round for back 6 to look at least semi-decent in this one, and well, doesn't win it. 1 HP for Zowers, back 6, still on 2, and Brittany, they'd be happy with 9-6, but this is looking like a 13-2 might just happen.
This man is just manhandling them completely. Even though he's only on 14 kills, really, every entry has just been absolutely a gut punch to the Irish side. And, well, now the economy's been gut punched as well. 2 Mag 7s coming out. Ray and Rojo, I believe in them. Now it's for the episode of Arby's favorite weapons. However, probably less successful. Oh, never mind! So much success found! No, but it's second headshot! Oh!
No,
Ray finds another on the other side!
oh my god. That's the bomb as well! Oh no! So close! 2 players so low! Back 6, uber unlucky at this point, but they're pushed down on Banana, on mid rather. They know exactly where the bomb is. The smoke just in time though. Back 6.
So many players so low! Oh, the spam! He gets one! But it's not the bomb carrier! It's not the bomb carrier!
They keep pushing though. They're just pushing the advantage. They don't care. They don't care that they've not found the bomb. They don't... Oh my god, it's so close as Konzor pushing forward picks up the AWP. It's unbelievably close at this point. They know that they're coming from Banana, at least coming towards it. Konzor gives himself away, lets them know that Dark is 100% a spot that is now stuck. Ray needs to be the one that takes the initiative. It shouldn't be Konzor at this point. Ray has to be the one pushing forward. I don't know why Konzor isn't holding this as Ray pushes forward, still looking towards one another. Inkoko watching for the player to push forward as Bryce too nice hiding behind quad. Inkoko the one that's taking this advantage, pushing it further, gets both kills. Brittany pick up the round. And even though they were expected to at round start, Brittany, they've pulled that one close. I mean, they really pulled it out their ass, really, at the end. So lucky to end up winning that one with the bomb. Everything working around the interplay in that one. Lucky to get the 10th.
Yeah, back 6 was some very dodgy decision making there by the end of it, but they got a bunch of really close opportunities and they couldn't quite follow through just by chance. Zhao has denied his greedy entries that he's been doing all game, not able to get this round. Just have to try again. Another Taizo. What is this? Konzor finds him. It was maybe a bit foolhardy of him to think that he could get away with that for free. And Konzor will stick around looking for another one to peek in. Ray in between the smokes. Very interesting spot. Right now we'll have to back off eventually. And the default will continue for Brittany, even though they've just lost the alt player. But they will make their way back towards A. The smoke about to clear Ray. Can't find the one in boiler, but traded through the smoke. Zhao is so aware of all these players. And now into a 3v4. Missed shot from Konzor. They know he's on the site. He has help from Pit, but only a flash. And Inkoko gonna cut off the rotations as well. Rojo found 3v3. Konzor now having to look every which way. Zhao is staved off. But the peak is perfect from AJC, but he runs out of bullets with 3 HP left on Bryce. Nice. But in a 3v2 now, they're gonna rotate back over. Brittany. A change in plan, and only one player to contest it. It's Nico. Gonna have to step up from CT. Flashed in, and oh my goodness, he's gone. Bryce is nice.
Bryce is not very nice.
No,
he's been quite rude here, ripping off somebody's head. Consor pushing forward. Almost an exact copy of what we saw in the last round. AJC as well, the player that's coming in. At least this time they've not gone on AWP, but the exact same positions for Brittany. They know that it works. They know that this is exactly how they like to play. In Coco and Bryce Too Nice in the same spots. This time it doesn't work out. Consor makes sure of that. You can't play the same spot twice against him. And 10-3, At least they know they've got 3 rounds now.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Consort will not be fooled twice.
No, we don't even know what fool me twice means. He does not get fooled 2 times in a row. He does not let that happen. It's, good to see that back 6 are kind of, well, on 3 at least. I mean, to be true to the name, they need to get at least 6 rounds in this game. And, well, starting with Ray pushing aggressively. I would be surprised if Ray doesn't get caught out here. And just timing doesn't work out at all. Ray just going left and right in the worst possible scenario. AJC as well. Timing is just very, very poor at this point. On goes the AWOL Nation as he runs away, and Coco blistering forward on the B bomb site. Well, AJC only takes 1 bullet's worth of damage, but doesn't do anything in return. Only 6 with that HE grenade, and Coco pushing aggressively. You can see that they're feeling it, the Brittany players. Consor, oh my god, what a shot! AJC looking towards long as well. Flashed out, looking for more kills, continuing to try and push this, well, disadvantage, trying for more. Does end up trading 1-for-1. Banjo getting the kill on Consor, though. It's not really good that their key player's gone. Nico on the other side of the map, and AJC continuing to push, continuing to try and flex on these players and hope that he can pick up 1 or more kills in this position. A flash comes over, he spots a player going down into pit, drops at just the wrong time. Players coming in from left, right, and center as Coco gets the kill on the flank from long. The bomb dropped in second mid. At least Nico has somewhat of a chance to maybe pick the round up as the players start pushing down into middle, but he's staying in library. He's not pushing any more aggressive. Needs to get the kill on long to even have a chance, and this one does get it with 20 seconds left in the round. Actually, Brittany still pushing towards the A bomb site, still going for more. They're still going aggressive. The bomb going to go down. The AWP are the one to put it. He only needs 1 kill in a quick movement to maybe get something from the round, but Brittany, they don't let it happen. The AWP on Taizo looking so reliable in this game. 11-3 at worst. At worst, this is an 11-4 half for Brittany, and I don't think they're going to be too upset with that.
What is this buy coming out? They've got no money, and what have they ended up with? They've got like a Mag 7 and an AWP, a Deagle, and 2 M4s. Interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much other than that's an interesting buy. I mean, the Mag 7s have worked before as a player starts pushing through the smoke. The Mag 7 doesn't work anymore. 13 HP is not 100.
They've acquired an immunity dimp to Mag 7s. What is this?
As the smoke goes, it depends who sees the other one first. Nico, the one that gets hit. The AWPer in the open, down on 10 HP. Still gets the kill. The nade comes over into pit as well. AJC takes 58 damage in that position. It's not a good spot for the Irish man to be in. Well, back 6, not a good spot for them in general. Rohall needs to pick up at least 2 kills in this spot to get anything. Ooh. Well, that's 1, and that's 2. Rohall! He opens it up. Back 6. They've all of a sudden got a chance in this round. The Irish players all hunting for more. Brittany taking the advantage, trying to push it further. 4 HP on AJC in this pit. And, well, the other nade comes through. The flash actually coming over. Gets the kill on the player on 10 HP. There's only 1 player left on site. Banjo, 4 HP on AJC. Playing in and around the pit position. Just needs to stay alive. Doesn't need to look for any kills. Doesn't need to really take any interest. Just needs to play around this spot. Do not take a fight, AJC. He takes it anyway and gets the kill. 4 rounds for back 6 off the face of, well, something that looked pretty terrible for them. Sandwiching pretty nicely the T-sided rounds. And if it's anything like yesterday, they do very much have a very real chance on the T-side. Back 6 looked good against Scotland when they did play on this.
Jeez, 4 HP was all he needed to get 4 rounds. I can't believe he was that ballsy with that little HP. I can't believe he actually cheats that. Why are you doing that? You don't gotta make all these risks. Risk is all their middle names, funnily enough. it seems to be. And the dink is deadly on the Tizer. What happened there? And, okay, well, no hesitation. We're on A already. Consor! What?
There's no stopping. This game at the moment is all about pushing aggressively, and Banjo continually getting headshots, 2 kills to equalize on Consor. Zowis as well coming in from behind, picks the head off of AJC, and completely sandwiched on this site. Ray and Nico, they need to get 2 kills. Each of them needs to pick one up, but Zowis won't let that happen. 3 and 2 in Zowis and his teammate in Banjo. Well, from a position that really looked like it was 1 for the T side. The CTs pick it up, and, well, I mean, Ireland, they don't have time. They do not have time to be losing the pistol round. They certainly don't have time to be losing the next and the one after and the one after. They have to come into this one soon. They need to look competitive very soon, and I'd be interested to see if they force on the T side.
You think it's all over when Condor just jumps into pit and kills 2 players completely free. And now the Galeals will be their only hope. 2 smokes. Oh, well, yep. 1 smoke now. And a nade to support their efforts. And oh, Consort, he doesn't need your support. He just needs a Galil to dream. And hopes. But Nico needs a band-aid. As always, peppers in full of holes. And now, slowing down here. Readying towards A for the most part, but the bomb's towards B. Consort not going to really be able to entry as he's low. He's spotted around the corner. Banjo they might know that he's there. Not quite sure. But the crossfire going to be way too strong if they peek into this. Don't even need it for Consort. He's so low. But AJC sneaks out of balcony, but another player below him. Unanticipated. Trades are efficient, but Zowis is even more efficient. Quad kill in the round. 119 ADR for him. What is this?
A disgraceful round from Brittany. I mean, they looked so solid. They did look good. And then nothing. I mean, just 13-4 after the force. It's all but lost, really, for back 6. I'd be surprised if we don't see a map 3. They need to win 12 rounds. Not in a row, at least, but they do need to win 12. They can afford to lose 1 in that onslaught of 13 rounds to come. They want to win this in regulation time. And, well, I don't want to speak for both of us, but I think I, at least, would be completely shocked if we managed to see that. It would be the biggest comeback, I think, ever, since probably Virtus Pro. Well, no. There's lots of other ones, but it just, I mean, it would be a shock. And especially with the pistols they've got here, they're essentially forfeiting this one. Mainly using it for information. Zhao is getting that first kill on Consor towards middle, and even he just a little bit tilted. The player that has shown just how good he is across all of the games we've seen is now peeking in towards middle basically every single round. And, well,
you got anything to say about it?
Here is he? Oh, he does. The player pushes through the smoke, but doesn't quite get the one on Zowis, who drops down to 14 HP. And this begins. Now, if you do believe, if you're Irish in the chat, or just a supporter of the Irish team, then drop something in on the I believe in 12 rounds, because I don't. But if you do, just jump in and say it, because, yeah, we got 12 rounds potentially of Irish comeback to come. And they need to do that comeback with AK-47s and kind of poor utility at this point, although pushing down middle. Former Brittany, you can see they've thrown a very aggressive smoke that may well end up doing something. Nico dying in those Molotovs, and Coco and Zhao with incredible double Molotovs in that position, and Coco getting the kill on Consor as well. Well, back 6, already 2 players down, and all they've done is 87 damage to a single player and in Coco in order to do that.
God, the banana just seems like a lost cause at this point for back 6. They just can't find a way in. Just go in on fire. They're just the routine just not in there. Usually you have like your plan out and you adjust depending on exactly what's thrown at you. But there seems to be no plan at all for back 6 at all. As Banjo just able to boost over the smoke and not anticipated in the slightest. And back 6 now left with a match point on the cards and a third map almost inevitable. If not actually inevitable. P90 Respectable. The one flash and the banana rushes in. Oh, and the shutdown from Zhao is 3 players in an instant. Not. No hesitation on his part. Banjo, no hesitation down mid either. 2 players nearly line up for him. And. Oh, gonna back off Bryce tonight. He's a bit too low, but. 2 seemingly easy kills. I'm pretty sure Taizo's ult was invisible for us, but. It was solid enough to get the final kill and send us to a 3rd map. Send us to Mirage, the puggiest map that we'll be having today. That was kind of a slaughter, I think we can say. Zach.
I mean, I kind of can't say anything after that. It was a game that Brittany were in charge of the entire time. It was like watching 2 different teams, really. It was like almost all the Irish players were like, oh, just come swap in for me just for a second, just for a game, to their younger brothers, every single one of them. And just, it was just horrible to watch. I mean, like, not the game itself, but just watching them lose that team play that we saw on the other map, lose the even the individual skill we didn't see anywhere near as much as they've shown previously. We've seen time and time again just how good these players are. On Inferno, they just didn't show it. They just weren't there. They weren't at the races for most of it. And it's really upsetting to say, because they look so good to go on and take this one 2-0. But we are going to see all 3 maps. I mean, at least we've got that positive to look out for. And I don't want to be too harsh on Ireland. As I've said before, they look so strong, talking, other different maps that we've seen them play on. Mirage could very, very easily end up being one that they work out quite well on. I mean, after we saw Brittany go so aggressive on Inferno, I mean, they were taking every possible fight, right, Arby? But they may well go in with the same mentality on Mirage, and all it takes is a second for Ireland to just turn it on a different map, look a little bit better. They see the CTs like pushing into apartments for no reason, or going very aggressive in Palace. You can pick those players off quite easily. And if that happens, if Brittany do continue, I mean, Zhao is a player that we've seen 100 times just continually push. I mean, he hasn't stopped across everything we've seen. Every round, he's just like, you know what, I can't sit still, I'm going. So if they manage to take advantage of that, which I really feasibly could see them doing it. I mean, they did it on Overpass. They looked good on Overpass for stopping that. On Mirage, we could see a completely different game, and we could see something that's close. I just really hope that they've not lost that mentality, because that's something that, especially at this level, players might get a little bit frustrated and just lose it. And I really hope that between the maps, they can reset, look at it again, say, you know what, it's 1-1. We were 1 map up, but now this is it. Like, it's almost like we're going in fresh. It's almost like we're in the best of 1. We beat them in a best of 1 yesterday. Let's take this fresh. So hopefully we see a little bit more from them, a bit more oomph, because they looked good. They've looked good all weekend, really. So this is it for them.
Yeah, Mirage definitely being a nice map for them to go into, especially considering all aggression. It's a lot harder to support aggression with utility compared to Inferno and Overpass. On Mirage, a lot of very closed off spaces, and so just generally very easy to punish CT aggression particularly. But even on T side, as long as you anticipate it, it's fairly anticipated. Like easy, quick pushes up short and up mid and up just mid in general is one of the bigger places of take, and sneaky up apartments. These are all things that everyone's seen a million times. They know that's going to happen, and they're all aware of the possibilities. They just need to get back on it. I think there's something was missing that there. We didn't see the spark in Nico's eyes. Konzor had like flashes of his former greatness from the last map, but the op bullets weren't connecting. Taizo just ran away with it. He was having trouble for the first half of the first map, but suddenly, since that second half, we're left the T side of all sides for Overpass, and then just continuing into the entirety of Inferno. He was on it completely. Got that anti-eco quad kill. He's stolen by Rohol. Or no, in Coco. He just stares at him.
Yeah, like... I mean, in Coco was incredible as well. I mean, that's a player that like, across the event really has been present and looked good. I mean, in terms of you look at Team Ireland, they're very the difference a lot of the time between Consort, and this isn't because the players at the nearer the bottom of the leaderboard are bad by any stretch, absolutely not. But Consort is incredible, right? In comparison, is a very good player, and just looking through his Faceit account, it shows. He's level 10, last 20 games, managing. This is just in pugs, but managing 27 average kills across his last 20 games. This is a guy that's very in form. And you look at the rest of the team; they're still good. They're still around 20, which is roughly where you want to be if you're a good player, and they are. But the difference in Brittany is a bit less. Brittany generally are all on the same page. They're all roughly around 23, 24 kills, like a game. You tend to see that. We're getting a knife round on the final map to see who gets the side, which is fun. But the Brittany players are a little bit closer generally, but Coco tends to stray towards the bottom of them. Again, not that he's bad, just happens to be in this tournament at least not doing the best of the entire bunch. And so, in Coco going off massively in the last game is something that probably Brittany are looking at now and thinking, you know what? We can have even our performers that usually is towards the bottom of the leaderboard going that high that are ending up like nearer the top. Well, we're all in form. Ireland, they might well end up losing this one 16-4 from the Brittany point of view, right? Meanwhile, from the Ireland point of view, it's like, you know what? This is a fresh game. This is one that we can go into. Not only that, we're starting on the T side, which isn't the preferred side, but it's something that we can leverage the CT aggression in towards. We've seen just how aggro they went before. Now we can look at this and say, we are now going to watch and stop and wait for you guys to do it. We've seen set plays on every single pistol round so far. They might well at this point just say, you know what, we'll wait for the CTs to do something stupid. And so it really is up in the air who wins this one, because both teams look good in general. Brittany just come into this one in better form, as Nico might well catch Taizo out. He's certainly going to have heard that drop on towards short, and 3 players on B site, I think back 6, or Ireland rather, have entirely been found out at this point. Taizo, he's going to peek in towards Nico, but looks away at just the wrong point. Nico knows that he's here, and the stack has come on the A bomb site. The smokes go over. Nico not going to be able to call this for his team. The players all rotating in, and Coco gets the first kill on Console, one of the better players on this one, and Izo just takes the player through the smoke, picks off the head. It's all left on Rohul, who needs to get an ace clutch to win the round. First, gets that first kill. There's 2 players left alive, both of them in towards CT. Actually does get a headshot on Coco as well. Doesn't know that the other player is sat in CT as well. Can actually plant the bomb at this point. 50 seconds left in the round. He's just going to go back towards the kitchen position. There is a player watching this, though. He might well get caught out. He sees the player in towards CT, runs away. At least he's going to be able to get the bomb down. And now the bomb, 100% going to go down. It means that back 6 are going to be able to buy into the next round. Bryce Too Nice just waiting for the player to push forward. It's not going to come. And Rohul, the ace clutch, thoroughly in his hands. It's very much something you can do, and you love to see moments like this, because this is where players get made or broken. Especially after the game that we saw in the last one. Bryce Too Nice, the first player to push forward. Bryce Too Nice, looking for kills, sprinting round on the site, hoping to drag the information slightly further away as his other teammate comes through. The headshot goes in favor of Rohul, but the ace clutch not quite good enough. Brittany make it 1-0. This bomb 100% going to be defused in time. As the bomb
what the hell was
goes
that?
away.
So close? What the hell? Why is it so close?
Very well played. Very well played. I mean, he looks so good, Rohul. 4 kills. I mean, a teammate from Brittany, but that's just the way to bring motivation into your team, right? Everybody's going to look just... I don't think anyone's going to be upset by that. There's neither team is going to look at that and think, you know what, we didn't do well enough. Ireland now, they've got the weaponry to be able to take an advantage into this one. And well, after the torrid time that we saw in the last game, back 6, there's 100% a chance they take this round.
Yeah, the read was too powerful from Brittany. They realized something was up on B, on A. Nothing was happening at B. And look at these aggressive pushes. That was going straight in. Grab all this information. They know that everything must be going around in mid and B. And what do you know? There's only 1 player in Palace, but maybe that will be the difference makers. He finds Taizo peeking out. But Zowi's on the flank. What is this? And the walking happens perfectly, and if Ray does not look behind him, they will find bullets in his back, and now the entirety of A cleared out, but only one player to defend this B. This B push, this drop from Apps, and Rice does not have his gun out, but it's 2 pistols, can't connect bullets at all, finding it so difficult, and it gets Rojo down to 2 HP, but gives Banjo time to get into sight, and an easy spray down on both. Agency not even able to punch in the numbers in time, and did he just, like, do a quick, like trick to pick up that AK? Did he shoot the AK into his hand?
It was a good trick, to be fair. I liked it.
Well, that was stylish. It's like Revolver Ocelot, but with like an AK entirely, and then you also use another gun to do the flip.
I got to say, I mean, just after I said watching for the aggression, they didn't do it. And well, back 6, they pay the price for it. Brittany coming into this one exactly how they did the last. Look, they're just consistently pushing in different ways. One player makes noise on one area of the map, and then another one just goes, you know what, I'm going to push as well. And no blame to them in this one. Of course, they're playing with Deagles, no armor. But Brittany are continuing their really, really aggro ways. I mean, genuinely, I don't think I've seen a team do it like this in a very long time.
And what's important is that they're all on the same page about it. They're not running it on their own without support, or without at least knowing that there's teammates watching their back. You could see that push in ramp. There was one player close to the MP9, but Zhao was also holding it with the M4 from stairs, and it was basically impenetrable against these Deagles. Maybe against rifles they'd have a chance, but now Rojo once again in a 1 versus 5. Well, needs an ace to get the round at the end. Less likely this time. The odds not in his favor, and just looking for anything at all he can get. Coco might walk into his crosshairs, but Coco finds Rojo in his, and Brittany now on 3-0. The money builds up for these MP9s, and back 6 now need this gun round more than ever to get a good start on this final map, the decider. Out we go. AK's
Big
out.
decider as well. The MP9 still in the hand of Nkoko and Bryce Too Nice. It's usually a disadvantage, but they know that they're able to just push aggressively, and well, it works out once again. 2 players go down for back 6, and well, at least we get a double trade. There are now a 3 versus 3, but Rojo down on 7 HP. Wonderful for them, and nice kill from Nico, just watching for the players to push forward. Taizo is pushed on ramp though, because of course he has. Of course he's pushed aggressively, watching for the player rotating towards CT, but whiffs the shot. Taizo loses head. AJC rotating in. It's only 1 player left in Banjo. The 1 versus 3 against 2 players on low HP is certainly a position that Banjo will be accustomed to winning in. As 3 players accommodate the site. Needs to get a couple of kills in quick succession. Does manage to do a lot of damage with that 1 shot. Knows where the players are at this point. Doesn't realize that there's a player in Palace. Actually does manage to get 2 kills, but Nico spraying through the wall picks the kill on Banjo. And that one was a lot closer in the end than it maybe had any right to be. 3 players left alive, all then 2 of them dying. And now the money is very bad for the T side.
How do they just let him walk in like that? Like he owns the bloody place. They just planted the bomb. Well, Taizo on the AWP now. Let's see what he gets done. Zhao is now up mid himself. Oh, never mind. He's gone towards connector. That's slightly... Oh, never mind. Nope, up he goes. There we are.
Flash,
yep,
it's
1 down.
Poorly positioned. Zhao is almost gets 2. And Rojo once again on low HP early round. I mean, the flash is just too deep. It's too aggressive. They know that Brittany plays so aggro, but they're playing their names as if the players are still just sat back. They're still pushing. They still want the advantage. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen players do it this hard. I don't think I've ever seen it. Banjo's in teeth bloody spawn.
What is going on? How is he here? Why is he... What are the balls on these men? And if the push doesn't come in soon, they're going to find a CT right... Oh, hello. Speaking of finding a CT, found a CT on a ticket booth. And Taizo doesn't take the shot, but Banjo about to take the shot on both these players.
Oh
they missed the spray!
How has he missed that? That is unbelievable that that's even been managed to be missed. And this lack of kill on Taizo is coming to bite them now as he remains in position. Nico in Palace, it's not good enough. The nade needed to be on the ramp position to be able to kill the player on Ticket Booth. But Nico in a 1 versus 3. Funnily enough, it was 1-3, now 1-4. Brittany continuing to push. I just don't know why back six aren't just watching for it. They don't need to go aggressive. As the T side, just play it as if you're the CTs at this point. Just sit back.
Yeah, you're defending the opposites of the side. You're just defending you're defending ramp and palace and mid. You just gotta say it's yours.
But still they're peeking in towards middle. Still they're going for it. The AWP. This is actually in the end, but
twice even
push. I don't really know why they're continuing to take that one. I guess Taizo missed so much that they feel comfortable taking the fight. But, well, mid control firmly in the hands of the CTs in the current position, especially when Rohul gives his life up like that. Peeking into the same spot 8 times in a row isn't usually going to yield different results. You are just going to die. They are able to pre-aim positions like that, and Konzor now rotating back to be able to pick up the bomb and go towards the A-bomb site. Back Brittany as well. And back towards the A-bomb site. AJC looking in the wrong direction. Well, it's 2 versus 5, and neither of these players have much HP. Only one of them has armor. I would be very surprised if we see any change in this one, hey?
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity, Zach?
I don't believe you have.
Well, it's this match, as Nico is absolutely insane. Look at that. He wants more. Gonna try and save it. And what? Well, Konzor had to put him down, you know?
Good headshot from Konzor, to be fair.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I think the madness has gotten to Konzor now, as he has put himself on 0 kills. With that, he only 1 kill. And now, sadly, gives it away. Well, he should be on 2 kills, really. And a default out now for the T side, as Bryce just hasn't died, so he hasn't rebought into an M4 yet, so he just still has a FAMAS.
AWP is positioned so aggressively on apartments, and finally back six are actually taking it passive. You see that Konzor getting a kill on top mid, player pushing forward. Banjo, a problem player actually in the past, has now fallen instantly. Brittany, their aggression has finally come back to bite them, but Zawiz inevitably is going to try and get a little bit more, trying to get a second bite at the onion. And, well, oh god! Second bite at the onion does very good. It seems like it's sprouted. It's a little bit bitter. Back six, they lose a player, Zawiz as well, one that's particularly strong. It's a 3 versus 4, and this now is where Ireland probably want to start positioning for a take. This is the point.
Yeah, don't bite onions. It's not the greatest thing in the world. But Zawiz just learned that. Don't know why he didn't take Banjo's advice after the first bite. And now these CTs just all gathered around the A site as Backsix just trying to walk in, but Bryce Nice has a spray for the smoke. Konzor once more. 3 out in the round. Taizo wanting his own ops extravaganza, but can't find the one over the boxes. And Coco flashed in, doesn't see anything. Everyone's hiding. But 19 seconds to plant this bomb. Nearly lined up. Nico found, but Konzor now on 4. And in Coco into the clutch. Can't get the spray. Konzor on for the ace. And found the ace from Konzor to bring back 6 to another round. But when it requires that, the Konzor waiting for 2 players to push in mid, running in A and getting all the entries.
This is Konzor's world. We're just all living in it at this point. I mean, yeah. Very, very nice play from him. And taking what I said as a caster to heart, feels good to hear that the teams almost, without actually hearing me, felt my vibes through the air and did just sit passive. And once again, doing it in towards middle. Ray just watching for the player to push 2. This time doesn't work for him. Taizo gets the headshot. At least it's not an AK, though. It is only a Galil that's picked up. And, well, AJC going to try and take this fight on towards the player on stairs. His head goes. Brittany, they've changed their prerogative. And unlike Britney Spears, they continue to... Well, they change, rather. It's no longer their prerogative to go aggressive. They instead sit passive and watch the back 6 players fall into their arms like putty.
Yeah, he just peeky in, trying to find something, and he finds out it's Brittany, bitch. I've silenced him. He's still watching it. I don't know why they've thrown it off over to Zhao but it's working out wonders as free players now around on the safe side. He's just gone. I've killed Zach. Entry's in. There's a Galil in the corner. The molly will isolate the CT player, and the smokes will cut off the AWP as well. But they don't know Bryce is here. Bryce, not so nice. About to bring the spice and 2 kills very quick. Can't get the 1 Deeg and Coco. He's gone. He's gone.
I can't get over those. Back 6, losing all 5 players. And certainly Bryce does have the spice. Looked good that round. Looking good this game, to be honest. 6-2 in favour of Brittany. It's a huge advantage that they're leveraging. And Ireland almost look like they're thinking a little bit too hard about the last game. I mean, again, they have 5 timeouts that are 2 minutes long apiece, because why not give them 10 minutes worth of timeouts that they're never using? Back 6 rushing quickly on towards the A bomb site. The player in Coco is really invaluable in this position. Needs to pick up at least one. Doesn't pick up anything. The AK picked up as well by Rohall in CT spawn. Not got head armor, but that doesn't really matter for him because these players all have AKs and AWPs. There's only one with a Galil, so as long as he avoids Bryce and it's not too nice ways, he's going to be fine. And well, that's stopped in its tracks by Nico picking one up, and a second with the Deagle. It's only an AK and an AWP left. He's going for even more, just whiffing a couple of shots. Rohall getting the kill on Zowis. Taizo has 100% been found. Decides to sprint away, and after I was crap talking Ireland, they come in and show me exactly why they're so good and why they're in the final.
Just buy Deagles every round and rush A. Clearly that's what works. Though the defense slightly thinner for Brittany this time round, only really in Coco in place to defend that early on. Everyone else kind of being too busy being aggressive everywhere else, funnily enough. And having to stream back in for the retake. And then the Deagle's just working out. Nico finally hitting shots again. We saw that on the first map. He went quiet on the second. He might be back, though. And now, 2 AWPs again on the board. But this time, split between both sides. And Zhao is... I was about to see more than he wanted on the other side. Backs off before he can be punished. And Coco just goes in. He doesn't even have support today. Or no, I think he's got... Taizo behind him, or at least watching his back at Palace, and now he's just in the corner. Okay, great. T's in the meanwhile, they've taken Chair. Banjo actually finally playing passive in ladder room, but and Coco just gonna push in ramp, and there goes AJC. Man advantage, triple man advantage, as Zappo just comes out, tagged through the wall, but he just comes out. What is that?
My God! Oh,
and he escapes.
My God. I mean, Brittany, they look like they're going to lose. They look, you think, they're so aggressive. There's no way they get anything from this. There's no way any team should be able to stop this. And then, all of a sudden, it's not that Ireland are dropping the bag. It's not that they're messing up on kills that they should be getting. It's that,
speaking of kills,
it's that Brittany are just insanely talented at picking kills up out of nowhere. But Nico can't quite finish it. Does get 2. Almost with 2 more dead. Brittany genuinely could have lost that round after Nico's comeback, but quite lucky.
Yeah, he felt inspired, but sadly, the sequel not always, in fact, often not as good as the original. And Zhao is showing his supremacy for the time being. Double ups again. They managed to bring it out again for Consort. No utility on him though. And Gray's on a Deagle. AKs for everyone else, and in Coco actually on the other side, stuck on the MP9. And mid contested, they're actually being slightly less aggressive. Consor's being very aggressive! Can't find the first kill, and forced it back off with the Molotov. Rice too nice. Or you have a quick barbecue. And now we're just playing passive back six, but Brittany now suddenly slow it down themselves, besides in Coco, taking a quick peek into Palace, but not too much. Honestly, that is like, just peeking in there is passive for them at this point. Just like, oh.
At this point, they could run across the entire map and it would be passive for them. It really feels like whatever they do, they always one-up it with just how aggressive they go. And with the one kill as well, Rohul going down, who's been a player that's looked actually pretty decent in this game so far. Certainly a big kill to have picked up. The MP9 playing long range is an interesting one, playing for information, as back six do unfortunately give away their position. And Coco, one player just sitting down on the site and hoping that nobody peeks up onto top of those, on top of Tetris to maybe get that kill, hiding now in a very volatile position. AJC trading 1-for-1 with Zowers, and Coco at range with the MP9. How is that working? Finally goes down to the AWP of Consor. Taizo takes a lot of damage as well from range. Consor, the one that's pushing forward. But there we go. There's a player rotating in from behind, because of course there is. And Bryce Too Nice coming in from CT spawn. The flash comes over. 10 seconds left on the clock. One player almost picked up. The bomb still goes down. Bryce Too Nice whipping left and right. It's Banjo left in a 1 versus 2. Consor and Nico, the two players that we've seen do it again and again and again, and Consor does it once more for his team. 7-4. Brittany making themselves realize, or getting to realize, that back six are 100% not down and out yet.
There was such a staggered A take that you just didn't think was going to work out, but they just get the kills. The player on under goes down really quick. I don't know how Coco gets that first kill, but he's traded very quick. And Taizo going down in jungle was the most vital one. He needed to hit that shot, and he didn't hit the shot on the player in Palace, and was snuffed out in time. And Rohul, he's feeling it, going forward, but Nico finally denies, so it's his aggression. Taizo wants some of his own. Rohul gone. AJC has to adjust, and then Coco comes in from the other side, and meanwhile, onto A, go two players with a bomb a bit behind, and they kind of need to defend this for a little while. While the bomb is delivered, Ray finds one, and these two players now still coming in from this side. Consor will get it in now, but doesn't want to give up a kill early yet. And two players will be defending from CT as well.
I know this isn't a word that I was going to say. I don't think this is a word that Brittany know, but saving is probably the right choice here.
Oh my god, maybe they do. I told you, they found James.
They know.
They found James's.
They know about it, but 7-5. I think that probably the Irish team probably won about 6 or 7 rounds, and obviously, well, you want as many as possible, but judging that this is Mirage, it's pretty equalised in terms of the amount of rounds you should be winning. Generally, all based off of mid control as well, but that isn't really something we've seen so much of in this one. We've seen flashes of mid control being kind of important, but Brittany have only really gone for it when they've just pushed as aggressive as possible up mid, and back six have kind of given it up at this point, generally looking towards A, going underpass a little bit at the time, but mid control hasn't been too pertinent for them, whereas obviously usually those smokes, the molotovs, everything that goes on in middle is usually massive in terms of everything that goes on. He says, as mid control basically picked up for back six in the first 2 seconds of the round.
Yeah, they do give it up, but on the other hand, they don't really have the weapons to contest it. Meanwhile, they can contest apartments as Banjo instantly destroys Ray in a very quick duel that maybe was a misjudged attempt. Meanwhile, nope, that's AJC holding top mid against, I think, there's another AK on the other side. Needs to be careful. The flash is great! And Roll, even though he messed up the spray, easy do it. But, Zawit's execution! Consor! It's whiffed by Zawitz, and no, he goes for the knife! Oh god! Coco saves it, but AJC now left on his own against two. Finds Bryce for Nice coming through connector. That's the one freebie. Banjo, on the other hand, much less free. Holding from the top of ticket booth, and has to anticipate both these positions. Oh, he drops down. Did he hear it? Was he too far away? AJC not looking at all, and Banjo takes a few bullets, but wins out the fight in the end. And Brittany will take the advantage of the half. 8-7 being the best back six will be able to manage at the most.
I absolutely cannot believe that of the rounds that we've seen so far, Brittany won that one.
Yeah, that was a
everything
weird
we
one to
saw.
win.
As well, the force on this round is an interesting one from back six. I mean, they need a little bit of luck to get through it, and Consor picks that luck up firmly. AJC swings wide. Rohor finally getting the kill on Zowis. There's one player on top connector as well. 4 versus 3. I was going to say, if you're going to save, you should probably save for the final round, but back six, they don't need to save. They're just picking up kills one by one, and Coco gets one there. And believe it or not, RB, it's been 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. It's been a roller coaster, man. I need to get me off this ride. I want off, man. I want my mommy roll hole. Oh, God. Sends Bryce packing, and Nkoko left to the clutch. Bunch of players low, though.
Oh,
timing.
That is bad timing. You hate to see it. The bomb certainly going to go down on the B-bomb site, and well, looking at a 1 versus 3, and Coco's likely going to say, you know what, I'm probably not going to be able to do this and save, but when you see the HP, when we, obviously, if this is your first time watching CSGO, they cannot see the HP, they also can't see the X-ray, we can, as the observers, but yeah.
I don't know, I feel like Zowitz might be able to see the X-ray.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, some of the plays he's been making have been very, not suspicious. That's not what we're trying to say. They have been incredible, is what they've been. He's just been the game sense on that man to just switch from left to right and pick up so many kills all in one is really beautiful to watch. But yeah, I mean, if he'd realised the HP, I think Coco probably would have gone for that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends how long he took, because if you're running quick while they were setting up on B, it would have been maybe doable, but once he leaves it about 10 seconds and then get set up in their positions, when crossfires are established, it's pretty much going to be impossible for one man to do that unless a lot of shots are missed.
Mm.
I don't think he had much utility either.
I mean, 8-6 as well. It's really, I think whatever score comes through now, which I'm sure will be hotly contested with the double AWP setup on Brittany, whatever score we get, 9-6 or 8-7, it's a good round for a good half rather for both teams. I think both teams will be pretty happy on merit with the way that it's gone, and Coco and Banjo picking up 2 kills in quick succession as Rohall and Console fall. And well, very much up against it now in a 3 versus 5. I guess 9-6 is more likely than not, but there's always a chance. I don't want to jinx it too soon. But well, Tyzo getting the kill on Ray. With, again, 30 seconds gone, a 5 versus 2. It would be a real champion's victory to win this one. Nico, a 1 versus 5, and well, what a little bit of an anticlimactic way to end out the half, right? You kind of hope that these rounds at the very end go right down to the wire, so you can be all hyped about them. But this one looks like more than anything, it's probably going to be pretty quick, especially as Nico whips that one.
Oh no!
Got the kill with the nade, but Coco swings wide. 4 versus 0 at the end, and 9-6, I think, on merit, right, RB? That's about right considering what we
yeah. Yeah, AJC looking very quiet this time. Others Ray, they've been getting shut down left and right. Consor hasn't been able to get activated either. Just Nico having some standout rounds all of a sudden. As is Rohal having some good positional play, playing around his team. Not baiting perhaps per se, but oh well, towards A they shall go. Very quick, Brittany.
Of course,
One
it's quick.
Player with the yeah. Yeah, it doesn't need to be said. And the palace drop will be contested by 2 players. Out they go.
Out they go indeed, and AJC unable to pick any of them up. The bomb is down in a 4 versus 4 situation, and Consor actually going to be searching for this first kill. Entry up the retake on towards the site. Doesn't see anything at the moment. Now it's finally coming in from Palace. There's nobody coming in from the flank for the Brittany players. Nobody for both teams, really. Bryce Too Nice getting the kill on towards Nico. 2 players in towards CT. Banjo loses head. Consor gets one. Zowis, though, getting the kill through the smoke. Oh my god, gets 3! There's no way! Brittany, they take it! And that's why we say that Zowis can see the X-ray, because that was ridiculous.
How does he get that timing? Perfect, and his aim's always impeccable too. What is this man? He is a fascinating player.
I can't. I mean, it's just insane. The things we're seeing here. This has been ridiculous from Zowis. This has been potentially the 3-match series of his life. He's looked so good. I don't think there's been a moment where I've said, you know what, this was awful. Because even when he makes plays that really are kind of bad in just how aggro they are, he makes them work. And I think that's the sign of a player that is just class, really. Pure class. He's showing so much skill, so much individual skill that, I mean, you just can't fault him. And, well, Brittany have the A sites already. The bomb's going to go down. And, well, back six will be very lucky to even get one kill.
Yeah, well, the Gamma Stack comes up black today. Put it all on red. And that's your life savings gone. Whoops. True story. It's not a true story.
Is anybody actually going to do anything for back six? It seems like they're all kind of... They had
they're kind of wondering what the hell they can do. Oh, the boost kind of working out a little bit. Can he finish this off right?
A very solid little kind of setup on the B-bomb site, but then they decided to all peek one by one.
That was with a free... Gets a free quad kill. He's just farming stats. Fair enough. Up that ADR. Up that KD. Get another quad kill on the board. And yeah, 6-11. Looking bleak into this CT half for the Irish side. Gonna be able to bind to it now, but the utility is minimal. The kills are good though. Spray as they all run in through mid. But we're gonna hear so much more going on there. Nearly finds it, and so it's finally shut down on an aggressive peak. Gonna be boosting up into the window. Eventually, I think they're sort of having an indecision.
Interesting to look just towards the money at this mid-round, just as sort of everything is a little bit slower, just seeing exactly how much everybody has, whether Brittany are going to be able to buy next round, which of course they are. I mean, if they get the bomb down, even better for them. But back six, they can't lose players at this point. You see 200, 350, 150. It's so low that if they lose somebody, it's going to be almost impossible for them to buy. If they lose 3 players, Brittany almost 100% have the advantage in weaponry next round. So they need to keep at least 3 alive into this. And, well, doing a very good job of that as they pick up 2 more. Only Banjo left, who actually does manage to get 1, but down on 5 HP. You would be surprised if he does get any more. And, well, not surprised at all. But you can see the money for these players. Nico will be able to drop a FAMAS, or not a FAMAS, rather, an M4A1 to his teammate. But then at that point, they will be able to buy full nades. But if they'd lost 3, there would not be that opportunity. 2 people could drop, their utility would be slightly compromised, and then a final play would probably be on a scout, which against the buy that we're seeing from Brittany here with 4 AKs and a Mac 10, that would be a huge disadvantage. But at least they look okay, and once again, they need to save pretty heavily into the next one as well. They could probably lose 2 or 3 players in this to at least look okay. The money situation, always for the CTs, is on the rocks.
Yeah, they're not. After that first round, they're kind of slowing down the aggression. These mid-takes are being a lot more casual, but they're getting the kills anyway. Go. There we go. There's the aggression. Just peeks out Palace and gets a free kill and just runs away. But Ray wants to return. Confused and dazed. Tizo didn't know where that came from at all. Does figure it out, but doesn't even take a bit of damage. Ray missing the shots on the second player. Meanwhile, now set up on the B site for what will be another apps drop. Or a apps drop between Banjo and Coco. Bryce and Ice going together. One player already down. And Roll, good for 2. And Rhea combined. It's perfect.
Those are one of the rounds where it's so difficult to commentate because everybody falls so quickly, just one after another. So many people just dying over and over again. And, well, back 6, they take it to a 3-round deficit. They look good to essentially get this one close to the end. I mean, Brittany, horrific money on them. And, well, as I said, back 6, they needed to keep people alive. They absolutely have. And they're reaping the rewards for it. Now, this one, they're going to want to try and, of course, keep it clean. But against Deagles and well, the Glocks are going to be pretty easy to take down if they can get rid of the Deagles first. Those more frightening weaponry. Because, of course, if you are new to the game, Deagles, very suitable at killing in 1 headshot or 3 body shots. They are uber dangerous. They can kill basically as fast as an AK up close, so you need to keep an eye out for them all the time. Glocks, meanwhile, pretty pants. They're not something that anyone is ever really scared of. Bryce as well falls. He did only have a Glock in hand, so not really that scary. And Coco, the one player that's left. And well, a nice little headshot on the first one.
Okay, he's taking the higher angle. There's no way he's hitting this headshot. Even if he does.
You say this, but Ray might well fall. But no, Ray does get the headshot over range. Back 6. They take it to 9. Pretty expected round from them. There's not much there that really shocked us. But yeah, looking good. I mean, we can see the scoreboard. Ray and AJC struggling a little bit more on the CT side. You can see, of course, oh, we've lost our scoreboard. But Bryce Too Nice as well on the other side of things is having a pretty similar game. And once again, Zowers and Consor are the 2 that are showing just how strong they are. Both of them really incredible players, and quick flashes out towards the A-bomb site. I can't even stop commentating. Brittany are going fast on towards it. AJC once again with torrid luck as players sprinting towards him. Consor looking around this smoke. It finally goes down. Another smoke to block him out. Ray just waiting for players to push him more aggressively, but now you can see it. The player coming in from CT might be able to push around the smoke, might be able to pick up a couple of kills. He's pushed through, but backs away, starts looking around and giving up. He jumps on top of the ticket booth. I'm not sure why he didn't push on towards the site. It would have been a little bit more confusing for them, but still managed to get the headshot at range. The smoke, the Molotov rather, going in. It gets the player out of noob spot. He takes a lot of damage in the meantime as well. Bryce Too Nice playing around as best as he can, but loses his head. It's only Tyso left in a 1 versus 2. Consor with the AK, Rohall with the M4A1F, and it isn't planted for him in the slightest. He can just stick this, I think. Rohall can just hold on to the bomb. There's no way. It's picked up. Rohall, an incredible pros never fake. Gets back 6. They take the round. The L not going to be picked up, but Rohall doesn't care. He stays on the M4A1S. The round goes in their favour, and Brittany, after such a strong start, lose on the retake.
Tyso, the hesitation costs him. If he had run right in there and just done it, he might have just about got it. He'd started that defuse fairly late, but Rohall, the balls on this man. Oh, the nade? Doesn't do anything. Oh, never mind. It's not that bad. I thought it was going to be great. He was just okay, and the kills will trickle in for the A players as these T's waddle in. Nope, throwing more nades. Maybe something will come of it. Nope, he goes more. There we are. And Joanjo left on his own. Can't connect the headshots, and Consor wants his own. And brings it back. 11-11. Equalized. After all this time.
Arby, have we... I don't think we've seen a round where the T's have picked up the Eagles. Or not the T's, rather, but the T side of Brittany have picked up the Eagles and not just had one player left alive in a 1v5, right?
Yeah, I don't know how that's happened.
Seen that.
I don't know how they managed that specific thing every time.
It's happened like 3 or 4 times as well. It's not like oh, we've only seen it once. It keeps happening. I don't really know how the Deagle rounds are bad from Brittany when they've looked so good on every other map. It's another one where I think just confidence is falling in Ireland's favour again, and Brittany, once again, they've got 10 minutes worth of timeouts, but they're not going to take them, especially when Consor falls so quickly. Nico playing in this position might well take a little bit more damage from the Molotov. He cannot move at this point. He's locked himself in, sees players falling. Banjo just waiting for another one to peek, and Coco as well gets his legs sprayed down. Zowers swings wide, gets another one, and Rohall, the one player that's left alive in a 1 versus 3, was a 1 versus 4, but he's too good for that. With this Molotov as well, just a cheeky little push, gets the kill on Bryce, who's having a little bit of a tough time of things at the moment. The flash goes over to maybe assist his push out, might be just trying to eco at this point, not 100% sure. A 1 versus 2 though, with $12,600 in the bank, he may as well go for it. He does, and die he does, as Brittany win their first round, I think in the last 6.
Yeah, that's finally the momentum stopped by back 6. Stopped for back 6. And yeah, I'm gonna say that the reason that they keep having the last player alive is they've as I said, they've converted to Jamism. However, they're not very good at reading, so they forgot that you need to save with an op and bait with an op, not with a deagle. They just classic mistake. Anyways, the buy back in, and Taizo with it. And both sides of the wall, also buys back into it.
I think dropped an AWP. I think Rohul had so much money that
it was
stupid, right? Not to drop his entire team. Basically, bankrolling the team.
It's, trust fund, the trust fund kid.
Almost like Formula One. Smoke goes into connector to assist his teammate from Konzor with the smoke, but it's actually a very, very bad one. It doesn't matter though. Nico still gets the kill on towards Banjo. And another kill from Konzor as well. Taizo is peeking into this position. Nico might well lose. He absolutely doesn't. I take it back. Nico's not going to lose in that spot. Zhao is whiffs on the spray from range. Only takes 25 damage in the meantime. I take that back. He takes 100 damage in the meantime. And, well, a completely clean round from back six. What a reply to the way Brittany took the round last time.
That's an uncharacteristic whiff from Zhao. And that's how Nico take the kill lead. Onto the other leading player, 25-26. Same deaths, actually, funnily enough. I don't know
kind of unfair when you've got two players that are so good in the lobby, right? Nico, I think I've focused on Konzor, right, as the AWPer, but Nico has been just superb this game. This entire series, really, this weekend, he's been good. Really bright future ahead of him, but... at the moment, we've got an A push coming through. The Palace players, there is only one player in this position, and it is, in fact,
fake.
AJC just sat underneath, watching for players to push forward. We see
on
the other side of the map, we see the fake, but oh my god, what?
How do they get the kills?
Word. The bomb has gone down on A, and not only have they got the kills, it was with awful weaponry against some of the better players in the server. Another one from Taizo. 2 versus 2 all of a sudden. The only problem is they're not in a position to go pick up this weaponry. They're going to stay on the Deagle. They're going to stay on the Tech 9.
The reposition. Look at him. He's going all the way around.
Oh my god, he's gone all the way around to Palace. The bomb is down in a position they've learned from last time, and the smoke being down on the site has disguised it. So now the players know exactly where this is. Rohul going to go down to Banjo. And our Observer's so excited, he's paused the game. 13-12, Brittany had no right to take that one, but the fake was so good it confused our Observer, it confused me, and 2 kills ended up getting on the A-bomb site, clinched it really for Brittany. That's the round. That's the sort of round that you look back on at the end of the game and you think, that really was the turning point.
Yeah, Banjo didn't even need teammates. How the hell did they get on that site so quick? The fake wasn't even timed right. It was like, the fake was happening at the same time. But there were very clearly more players on A, so there was no, like... And then the fake on B just died instantly as well, so it was like... How did they get those kills on A? In fact, they got the kills on A before the fake dies on B. Well, Konzor, response.
A good response. I mean, if it's anything like last time, Ireland are not going to give up easily. They're going to look strong throughout. Banjo with a spray through the smoke. I mean, that's called it not through the smoke, but it 100% was. I mean, there is no way he could see him through there. AJC getting the kill on Zowitz, who's been such a strong figure in this game so far. Nico just watching players play around the smoke, knows that there's a player in and around, keeps spraying him in the legs, but Banjo picks the headshot up. Rohul gets the kill on Banjo in the end. Taizo on 17 HP on towards the A-bomb site picks up Konzor, who's looking for even more, hoping for players to peek into him.
AJC under Palace, going to be the linchpin here. I don't know how he actually tracked Nico through that smoke when there's no tracers. But the bomb is taken down in underground, and Taizo left on his own with 17 HP and
30 seconds. 30 seconds. There isn't time.
Gotta save this. Let the neck and neck continue.
You can't go in and assume that you're going to win the round from that position. He doesn't know where the players are. He doesn't know how it's going to be. There's no point doing this, Taizo. Your team... Oh, God. They could buy an extra round as well. He's just dooming himself to lose the AWP. The previous one where Konzor saved the AWP and then died anyway. That wasn't on Overpass, if you remember. That was a moment. Why is he doing the time that's left? Go away!
No, he's aggressively saving. He's aggressively saving, Zach. That's what it's called.
But when Konzor did it on Overpass, when he saved the AWP, he saved into his team's eco round. So that meant that if he died on that eco round, he was ecoing the next one while everyone else was buying. So that wasn't that's a play where usually you just want to die. There's no point staying alive because you're setting your economy to be completely different from your team. Taizo there saving the AWP is smart because his team can buy. Well, it's not any AWP because Konzor gets dead, but his team can buy around him. So that's the moment that you want to do it. And the fact that he then went aggressive on that, it gives me an aneurysm. I can't believe it that he went for that. Lucky that he stayed alive.
Look, their brains are just wired completely different to ours, Zach. It's just how it is.
I guess they are. They must be, because there's so many plays here that I fully wouldn't make, and they work every time. And you think, oh my god, how are they doing it? They just catch me by surprise. They are better. I mean, this is true. I'm not that good a player, but the A bomb site is starting to be opened up. Nico swings through the smoke, a whiff on Bryce Too Nice. I think starts playing without having looked. Consor gets the kill on Banjo as well as he's dropping in to get the kill on AJC. AJC does eventually perish, but there are only 2 players left for the T side. Consor being hunted down might well end up dying. The knife comes out. Oh, he missed the shot. Consor gets the AWP no scope. And that's a round that you're not going to like to look back on, as Brittany left in a 1 versus 3. There's only Zhao left, who's going to struggle so much in this position. Gets the headshot on Ray. 1 player left on the site. Almost could have got the headshot. But Rohal is not going to let that one stand. 14-13. And if Zawitz gets that kill on Rohal, that is it for Ireland in that situation. There is no way the AWP is able to get another one.
That was... God, I didn't want to count him out of that. Jesus Christ, the knife actually costs him that. As if he could have just barely gotten that kill with the pistol onto Consor. That would have changed that completely. And now they're stuck on minimal money. The 1 Mac 10 being the only primary weapon they have left. Able to creep up, and oh, well, there it goes. Nico finds it. Banjo 2, aggressive on the connector side. Tyzo wants to retrieve it. He also just wants a deagle shot, maybe. And Inoko's fine. Inkoko's fine. Found. In Palace, and all the players now just crumble. Zhao sneaks in B, though. Well, that was a nice shot from Red. And clean round from back 6 to take it, to match. Series point! Brittany, 2 rounds needed for overtime. The money to do it. But do they have the will? Do they have the drive and the timeout taken now?
At least they took it, I guess. Oh, God. I mean, if this is an ideal world at this point, both teams take all 10 minutes worth of timeouts. We see a full 20 minutes of just timeout at this point. This is the ideal world for me. I mean, obviously not the best viewing, but also would
20 minutes of fill.
Yeah, would be the most pertinent thing to do when you're 15-13 down. At least the T side has to take 2 or 3 timeouts at this point. But
are they allowed to take all of them? Are they allowed to take all of them in a row?
I mean, there's nothing stopping them. I don't believe there shouldn't be
10 minutes.
They fully can. I mean, if the timeouts are there, they can do what they want with them, right? But they need the time to think things out. I don't know if I don't know if our observer can even hear us, but if they can, I'd like to see the leaderboard at some point just to get an idea for exactly how well both teams are doing. And I think the lack of response means they can't hear me. But
just spam your tab key. I just hope that it works.
But it's been a really good game so far, and there's so much kind of up in the air still to this point. We've got players that need to show up a little bit more from kind of the Brittany, I guess. That's really been what's holding them back. Has been a couple of players have been really popping off, and there is a point where team play is one thing, but at the same time you need players to sometimes kind of start getting kills. It just needs to come naturally. I understand that there's fatigue in these games. I understand that not every player is going to always pick up every kill, and they are getting a lot of headshots, but there just needs to come a point where certain players need to turn on, because that sometimes is just the difference maker. And we saw that in Inferno. Every Brittany player was popping off. They all did very well. And then at that point, I mean, there was no way that Ireland were ever getting into the game. So hopefully we see something of that kind of ilk, I guess. In this one, we see players start to show up. I mean, speaking specifically, I guess, Tyzo, this game has not been, I think, at the races for some of it. And so this is really his chance to shine in these next 2 rounds, to take it to overtime, which is really what we want to see as an audience, to be honest. I mean, if we get all 3 maps at overtime in the final one, that is the dream, right?
Yep, that would be absolutely beautiful. But Brittany gonna have to earn it. No freebies given out today, as not even mids taken for free. They do manage it though. Utility having to be used up, and now window and connection control gained. Nico aware, maybe not aware enough in Coco. Free to do as he likes currently. Flashes in, but doesn't flash Nico at all, but Banjo's ready for the trade. Meanwhile, the trades go well on the A site as well. Spotted. And Zealous finds another! Oh! So quick, and Ray in the clutch for the game. Could end it right here. 2 players against him. Zawitz in the connector. And Banjo peeks into it.
Oh, there we go. And he
he
knows
smoked
where
it
the
off.
other player is. He smoked it as well. He knows that the player's in this position. Oh my god, RB, this could potentially be it. The bomb is down for Connector, and the bomb is not in a great spot for this player to go to. He's given up his spot
Now
to.
he knows.
That he's in this position. The Molotov has been thrown slightly prematurely. Just don't give it up. Ray, please, you can do it at this point and this point only. Just turn it around. Try and get the kills. Oh my god, that's the way to end it. Ireland, they've won the game. That bomb has been defused, and that is match and map win for Ireland. They are your Interceltic Cup winners for CSGO. Looking absolutely incredible throughout. A little bit of a rough second map, but genuinely, I don't think you can look at that and say they didn't deserve to win.
How does he take it in that fashion? You thought the hesitation on the taps and not sticking it, you would have thought that would have sealed his fate, but somehow he gives it up. Banjo, it was on him entirely. He's been a player that's done so much for that team, but at the one moment that he was required, crumbles.
I mean, both teams, I think I've got to say before we go that both teams looked so strong in a variety of different ways. It's just Ireland figured out how Brittany played, I think, across that. They knew that the aggression was going to come, and then from there, Brittany's kind of more aggressive style ended up hindering them more than it helped them, to be honest. And so at that point then, Ireland sort of got carried away with it, especially in the second half on CT side. Those T-sided players, they couldn't push quite as easily into the angles. They didn't really have a set plan for what to do once that aggression had ended. Ireland, they knew what to do. They knew what was going on. And while both teams look really solid, different players showing up in different maps as well. It's not something you see all the time. Sometimes you'll see one player look really crap throughout the entire series. We didn't see that today. Everyone looked good. You'd see one player not doing so well on another one, and then the next map they would be up there at the top. But major props to 3 players that were in the server. Zawitz, Connor, and of course, Nico. Those 3 players were incredible on every map we saw. I mean, that has not just been today, that was yesterday as well. And I think that, first or second, it doesn't really matter. They all looked good, and they all have something to be proud of after this competition.
Absolutely, for sure. I think Brittany were such a fun team to watch. Their style is so fun, but it's also so risky, and eventually it gets punished. How they make it work for as long as they did is spectacular. Most teams would not be able to do that, no matter how good you are. Again, no matter how bad your opponents are, it's just it should be so easy to punish. But they just hit Zawitz especially, but Banjo did it as well. Even Roal, all of these players able to just step up at times and just keep this aggression going. Like in Coco, also had so many aggressive single peaks that just got away, especially from Palace. It was so ridiculous. And it's so hard to play against. It feels really hard. Well, it feels really hard to play against, but then you just sort of rake up one round and you realize, wait a second, I can just wait for them and shoot them in the face. And and the moment you have that epiphany, that's when Ireland turned it around.
I think that's the key thing. Is it was a very risky style for them to go out with, and it worked so well for them for a long period of time, really. I mean, Ireland didn't know what to do against it for a long time. It just so happened that eventually it did have to give, and again, major props to them. They looked, for a style that's so risky, especially against a team that is on their level, there's no difference, really. They both looked incredible. They looked very good. It's one thing to go that aggressive, against Silver 2s and a Pug, but when you're playing against other very good players in a team structure, to win as many rounds as they did playing in that way was really lovely. And apologies to our French fans, but Ireland do win this one. Anyone that's in the UK, we can all commiserate because none of our teams even got to the final. But
one of our teams didn't show up.
I guess that's true. Yeah. So big stuff for the Interceltic Cup. Ireland are our winners today. Brittany end up, of course, unfortunately in second place after a very strong showing in the finals. But RB, any final words before we head away? Because, of course, we do have another, way more to come today.
No, that was not really much more to say. That was just an absolutely fun time, and there's more to come. We have the League of Legends finals, a best of 5 there, and I think a best of 3 for the Valorant finals as well in the evening. Please stay tuned for those. Those are going to be just as banger. I think some of those have the same lineups because I think Brittany and Ireland are playing for the League one. I don't know what it is for the. I didn't check the Valorant results, but I think Brittany are one of the teams playing that one again. So do tune in for, also if you're French, tune in for the French stream as well, as that is that'll be in French for you if you understand that.
Yeah, I mean, just very exciting stuff really to come for the rest of the day. I know that League starts at 3 p.m, so stay tuned for that, or go get yourself some lunch and get some coffee or anything and come back for 3 p.m. That will be when we are back. Well, not us. I think this is the end for both of us for this. I don't know, Arby, if you're casting anything else today.
No, I wouldn't be able to.
All right, so
I have no clue what's going on those.
I think that's all from us, at least. I'm Zachariah on Twitter. Arby goes by that guy Arby on Twitter if you want to give him a quick follow. But it was absolutely lovely being here today, and it was lovely being with all of you. I hope that at least if you didn't love the result, at least you loved the game. But that is all from us for today. We'll see you later at 3 p.m. See you.